anniversary of D-Day. Britain's King Charles III says as the years pass and the number of D-Day veterans dwindle, we are obligated to remember in gratitude to those who served.
We recall the lesson that comes to us again and again across the decades. Free nations must stand together to oppose tyranny.
President Biden earlier met with American veterans of D-Day as he marked the invasion's 80th anniversary. Jurors in Hunter Biden's criminal trial got a look at the gun he bought in October 2018. They saw the firearms transaction record at the center of the case. The prosecution is expected to continue presenting its case today. Some controversial comments from Russia's President Vladimir Putin.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned that Russia could provide long-range weapons to others to strike Western targets. Speaking to international journalists, Putin's comments were in response to NATO allies allowing Ukraine to use their arms to attack Russian territory. Putin also reaffirmed Moscow's readiness to use nuclear weapons if it sees a threat to its sovereignty. The Russian leader said the recent actions of the West could lead to what he called very serious problems. The United States and Germany recently authorized Ukraine to hit some targets on Russian soil with the long-range weapons they are supplying to Kyiv. I'm Karen Shamas.
Polls have opened in the Netherlands to kick off 4 days of voting in European Union parliamentary elections across the 27 member states. The Dutch voting comes 6 months after Geert Wilders' Conservative Party became the biggest party in the national parliament. On Wall Street, Dow futures are off 26 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
See, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. And maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. See what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 844-41-BIBLE. That's 844-41-BIBLE, 844-41-BIBLE.
There have been more arrests of pro-Palestinian demonstrators on campus at Stanford University.
On the last day of classes for the spring quarter, police say the takeover started in the building that houses Stanford's president and provost offices. The school says there was damage inside and outside the building. Ethan Sussman is a Stanford professor.
The trespassing itself is a little bit less shocking to me than some of the graffiti, which expresses, I think, very violent rhetoric that goes beyond mere criticism.
Stanford student Sarah LeBaron doesn't think these actions help the demonstrators' goal, divesting from Israel.
This seems like an action that's done out of frustration rather than an action that's done out of purpose.
The university says students taking part in the demonstration would be immediately suspended. I'm Ed Donahue.
Officials say Ukrainian drones have struck an oil refinery and a fuel depot in Russian border regions. The attacks are part of Kiev's ongoing effort to disrupt the Kremlin's war machine. News and analysis at townhall.com. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin has announced the Commonwealth is ending its imposition of California's electric vehicle mandates when they expire at the end of this year.
Virginia's Attorney General said California's newest mandates are not legally binding on the state. Governor Glenn Youngkin announced an end to the government interference.
Celebrate decision freedom. Today we're going to celebrate economic freedom. Today we're going to celebrate being free from California electric vehicle mandates. And today, very simply, we're going to make sure that all Virginians know you get to decide what car you want to drive.
Virginia will instead follow federal emission standards. Anne Marie Morgan reporting.
A toddler has been killed and his mother injured when a tornado struck suburban Detroit without warning. Officials say the tornado tore through several neighborhoods. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to it.
Another day, another 3-digit temperature.
Yeah, well, the heat advisory officially kicked in to remind you it's hot.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, government.
That's at 1 o'clock today.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 106 are expected high.
Oh, my God. Stop.
But there's rain chances.
Oh, fun. So it's going to be humid and hot.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Well, don't get excited about tomorrow. They're talking like isolated sprinkles. That's a term they use.
Isolated Sprinkles was actually my dancer name back in college.
That's what I tell the ice cream shop people.
Can I get Isolated Sprinkles?
Over here and
okay.
Scattered sprinkles here.
You know what? This is infuriating as a trend, and I will never understand it. Why are donut shops only putting toppings, sprinkles, nuts, whatever, on like a corner of the donut?
Is that a thing now?
Yeah, I see it all over the place. It's like you'll have a donut with like white icing and sprinkles, but only on like this much of it, and the rest is just a plain donut. I'm like, why are we doing this now?
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like for people with OCD problems.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, there's going to be some bites that I'm just going to want regular donut. No, I can't see that happening. I've committed to this flavor.
Right, you got a donut, and you're like, well, I'm trying to eat healthy, so only make half of it with the icing and the nuts. So the other half is a healthy donut.
At that point, it's like a vitamin. You don't have toppings on there.
Right.
It's just fried dough.
Yeah.
Still delicious, but just fried dough. But it's mind-boggling. I see that in like the fancy donut shops, just on one corner. It feels like a waste.
It does feel like it's like one of those like, well, if I put it all over, then it's for children, but for adults.
Well, now it's fancy.
Right.
But I almost want to be like, hey, can I have a bite of that? And then just bite just the frosting
just that part
and just hand it back to him and be like, yeah, I don't need the rest of this.
Man, that was good.
Thanks for this vessel to deliver that bite of frosting and sprinkles into my mouth.
I mean, it's no different than the coffee drinks. I mean, really. They're just kids' sundaes with coffee in them.
Yeah. Especially the ones that really blow my mind are like when you hear like the unicorn frappuccinos.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you put like 3 different kinds of berry cream into this thing to make it like a certain color.
Right.
And no, don't get me wrong. It's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that I've gotten are pretty, but they taste terrible.
Do they?
Because in order to combine that, like, well, the ones that I've had the unicorn, and there was like a green one I had from a decade ago. But in order to get that right color combination for the Instagrammable drink, you have to put together some weird flavors. Yeah. It's like matcha and acai berry with passion fruit. It's like bitter and sweet, but not the right kind of sweet.
And it's just bougie enough where people say they like it, even though it tastes god-awful.
It's the Emperor's New Friggin' Clothes, dude. Everybody's got to agree. It's like, ooh, this is delicious. This must be what I wanted, right? Yeah, because this is what, the status quo says I'm supposed to like.
Everybody's got bitter beer face, but they're like, this is so good.
That's... Okay. Here's a hot take, and I know I'm going to face some disagreement on this one. I don't think anybody likes drinking IPAs. I don't think anybody actually enjoys the process of putting into your mouth and swallowing an IPA.
Okay.
I think that it's so trendy and it's so popular, and people don't want to look like losers or the weirdos or the weaklings of the group.
Yeah.
So nobody will ever admit they don't like them. But nobody likes drinking IPAs. I would argue even the people that are making the IPAs themselves don't like drinking IPAs. Maybe a couple of them, but it's just, I don't. Whenever I'm handed like, this is the chocolate stout, I'm like, this is going to taste like cough medicine and not the good kind like I like.
In my personal experience, when I see people ordering IPAs, it's generally the bro types.
Right.
The types that you know, and they got to give you an opinion on everything. You know, why is this particular beverage? And they start talking about it's those, and they're all the bro types, the ones that, you know, that it's about, you know, they started out drinking like Michelob Ultra, and then
and I guarantee it happened when they were probably like 12 years old. Their dad snuck them a drink, and every kid that age made the same face. I know I'm not alone in this one because I've actually run informal surveys. That, what do you guys? Oh, why? But then eventually, over time, we're just like, well, this is what they say it's okay to drink.
Well, it's just like people that make their craft beers. Most of them make garbage beer. But because they made it, you gotta, you know, and then, it's so earthy. What? I mean, it tastes like garbage.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. Now, earthy can be good. I've used the term earthy to describe.
Code for tastes like dirt.
It is code for tastes like dirt. Yes, but in some cases you want that, like with truffles, for example. If you're ever having truffles, you kind of want that almost like earthy umami flavor. I love it. The other word that people toss around a lot is funky.
Funky.
You hear a lot of people say it's got that funky earthiness. They're saying this is god awful. Nobody should put this in their mouth.
That's really what it is.
But then there's places where you want a little funk. Like, I love blue cheese. I like a little bit of funk in my blue cheese.
With certain things. I don't like it by itself.
Well, yeah, I'm not sitting here eating it like a hand fruit.
But some people that get like that with their blue cheese, they're literally one of those, I eat it by the crumble. I'm like, no.
I will say that on like a cracker, quite nice. Doesn't have to have anything extra or any accoutrement.
No, these
just a little
people
blue
want to
cheese
eat
on
it
a
like
cracker.
a hand fruit.
Yeah, that's odd. Like, I've seen people when they take out the spoonful of it, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah,
and I get it. I bet in the world there's somebody, and there's probably actual legitimacy for 1% of the people that do that, but 99% are just doing it for the. It's the same people with the wine people with the all this swirling. Like 1% of the people actually know what they're doing. The rest of them are just
following along that guy. We all saw Jim do it one day, and we figured, well, he's doing it, and he seems to know a thing or two.
The rest are just trying to look like you're important.
Yeah. Absolutely. You're just trying to maintain a certain status quo.
Yeah. And then they start, talking about its body and notes, whatever.
It's got a certain head to it. Does it really?
Sure.
Or is it just some booze? No, the ultimate version of this is there's a liquor or a liqueur, that is famous in the Chicago area. And it's pretty much only known in the Chicago area, but everybody that will describes it as tasting like either a combination of cat pee or just like dirt that's been molested by a hobo. It's called Malort.
Okay.
You ever heard of Malort?
I have not.
It's a huge thing in Chicago. It's a big beverage there. But everybody who's tasted it says it has no redeeming notes. They said it tastes like eating a Christmas tree.
So is it just trendy to say you like it or something?
It's like it's like their challenge drink almost. It's like, well, you're true Chicago if you can get through a couple of shots of Malort,
At some point, I just look at these people like, I guess I'm not true that.
I am not true Chicago. I don't want your soupy pizza or your cat pee drinks. Thanks.
Or your hot dogs and your tomatoes. All those.
If you need me, I'll be over in Philadelphia getting myself actual food.
Well, Philly, all they got is cheesesteak.
Exactly, but they know what they got, and they got it good.
Poor Pittsburgh, they're like, we put French fries on sandwiches.
French fries on a sandwich? It's nice, though.
Come a little farther south, we'll get you crab cake. Way better than French fries on sandwiches. And you know what? Philly's got the cheap, but, let's face it. It's not hard to recreate cheese whiz and steak on a piece of bread.
No, it's actually quite easy. Steak-umm seem to have really cornered the market on it.
I guess, is there still a large percentage of people that get Steak-umm still? Because I don't see them that often in the
I
stores.
see them on store shelves, but I've never seen anybody with one in their
I have a weird soft
basket.
spot for them. I kind of liked them back. I mean, that was a staple in the 80s and 90s for a kid coming home from school when you wanted to snack.
Well,
and
they're
you
not
can microwave them.
They're not Steak-umms exactly, but Albertsons has those quick fixin' the steak slabs.
Yeah,
that's basically the same thing.
Is it?
You take one of those and you can make basically like a chopped cheese with it. You know,
I might have to do that
if you got enough, know-how with your spatulas and whatnot.
Choppage.
You got a flat top griddle.
Well, you know what?
A Blackstone griddle, which you could win in a raffle coming up next week.
Be honest. Thank you for the segue. Be listening. We're going to play the interview here in just a few minutes with Lauren Dickinson from the Refuge. By the way, I got my ticket yesterday, so if I definitely get the Blackstone, I'm going to go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go get me those Steak-umm things.
Heck yeah. Chopped cheeses at Mike's house.
I'm going to go get a Ferrari and put some Pinto wheels on it.
Nice.
That's what I'm going to do. Steak-umms. But I'll do a lot of them, and I'll put on that Blackstone. That's 36 inches of cooking space.
Oh, that's 36 inches of Steak-umm goodness. We didn't say we were going to get fancy with it. We just said we were going to utilize it.
Yeah, dang right. That'd be a fine way to christen in the grill.
Oh man,
with a with cheap cheesesteak meat.
We're trying to get it seasoned. That's all.
That's right.
Give it that good season.
Season with the cheap stuff. Good stuff. All right, let me give you the rundown. I started to do that, and then I got sidetracked. But yes, we're going to replay our interview with Lauren Dickinson from the Roswell Refuge here in just a few, talking about that grill and just give an update what they've got going on over at the Refuge. We're going to replay our interview with the folks from the Roswell Chamber in the 8 o'clock hour. Andrea and Gary joined us and talked about some upcoming events, things like that. So we'll talk about that with them. And then Crystal Noble with the Humane Society, wearing her dog and cat hat today, will join us to give us an update what's happening out at the Humane Society. Any sales going on at the thrift store? 'Tis that season. People out shopping and getting deals, And I'm sure if you're looking for deals on things getting the kids ready for college, they usually got good stuff over at thrift stores for stuff like that. So anyway, we'll get an update from Crystal about 9:15 this morning. Plus, we'll have all of your features that include the news, the local, national variety, a little less commercials thanks to the primary election being over. So breaks are a lot smaller.
The breaks are so lonely now. It's so cold in here. Yeah. There's just some things about cars and maybe a lawyer commercial every now and again.
I went from like 15 minutes an ads an hour to like 4. So yeah.
So if your business wants to do more business, let us know because we've got room now.
There it is. All right. It is 7:18. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a heat advisory in effect for the next couple of days. Strong high pressure parked over our area. Sunshine today will be between 105 and 107 on the afternoon high. Overnight, partly cloudy, mid-70s, low 100s for the afternoon high on Friday, and we keep the sunshine. Looks like about the same for Saturday, and then Sunday we get some showers, mid-90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, 74 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 54%. Winds are currently out of the south at 5 miles per hour. We do have a heat advisory that will officially kick it at 1 o'clock today. That's going to remain in effect through 7 p.m. this evening. Like we said earlier, sunny, hot, 106 our expected high today. Winds will be out of the south at 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight, looking at an overnight low of 73 degrees. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, there is a chance at some isolated sprinkles for your afternoon on Friday. Mostly sunny and a high of 103. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy Friday night. Expect an overnight low of 74 degrees. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Looking at the weekend, mostly sunny and 104 on Saturday. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. We're looking at a 20% chance at showers and thunderstorms Saturday night. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 74 degrees. 40% chance at showers and thunderstorms for Sunday afternoon. Partly cloudy and 94. 50% chance at showers and thunderstorms Sunday night. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 69. And a 50% chance at afternoon showers and thunderstorms on Monday. Mostly partly cloudy, high of 86. 86. I won't be here to enjoy that. And a 20% chance of rain Monday night as well. Then we'll be back up into the mid-90s, pushing 100 by midweek next week. All right, it is 7:20. We're going to take about a minute and a half break, and then we're going to play our interview we had with Lauren from the Roswell Refuge. That's up next. Don't go away.
Whether you're a homeowner, a landscaper, or a contractor, we all have reasons to dig. If you're planning to dig, this is just a friendly reminder that locating underground utilities is important. It's actually the law. Call 811 3 days before you dig. New Mexico Gas Company is one of the utilities that will come out free of charge to mark our underground lines up to the meter, so you'll know what's below. We're New Mexico Gas Company, and our priority is keeping you safe. That's why we're here. Learn more at nmgco.com.
The beginning of Luke 15 reads like this. Now the tax collectors and sinners were all gathered around to hear Jesus. But the Pharisees and teachers of the law muttered, "This man welcomes sinners and eats with them." Then Jesus told them this parable. Suppose one of you has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Does he leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? That story seems ridiculous when you read it first. If the 99 are safe, why leave them and go traipsing after one? We should protect the majority. Keep them all safe. What's one loss to save the 99? What's amazing is that God's logic is very different than humans. Jesus leaving the 99 to find the one seems illogical, irrational, and senseless, until that one is you. The story ends with this statement from Jesus. I tell you that in the same way there will be more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner who repents than over the 99 righteous who did not need to. Are you the one that's wandered away? Come home, my friend. Jesus is searching for you.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
You are 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday. Think about that the next time you want to celebrate your birthday month. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us. And good morning. It is 22 minutes after 8 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Refuge, Lauren Dickinson back with us. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Everybody wants cheap airfare. But where do you find it? You call low cost.
Never been on your radar. The Roswell Refuge is our kind of, I would say, officially Chavez County's home for helping victims of domestic violence.
We are.
They help, and to be honest, it's kind of it's all things domestic violence. You know, They have the home for victims if they're ready to break away from their situation, to reestablish life, to get a new foundation, to get on track. The refuge is there for them too. But you also work with offenders too. You have counseling and various other services for offenders, and if you do voluntarily, a lot of it's free of charge. A lot of it's just it helps you out. I mean, not everyone comes willingly. Some are mandated by a judge.
Court-ordered.
But and so. That's what the refuge does, and another aspect of it too is you guys house and partner with the SANE program, which helps victims of sexual assault.
Yes.
So if a victim has been sexually assaulted or raped or anything of that nature,
we can get them those services.
These folks help the victims first medically, making sure medically they're good to go and okay, helping them emotionally as well. But if the victim chooses to prosecute criminally, they help with the evidence gathering and some of that kind of stuff, the more sensitive stuff there that they need to prosecute here. So that's really all under the umbrella of the Roswell Refuge too. But the community, without the support of the community, the refuge would not be able to do what it does. I mean,
we
there's
rely on our community.
Some money from the United Way and some through various grants and other government entities and things like that, but the facility really survives on the donations of the community. When you as a community come in and donate towels and blankets and food, hygiene products and health and beauty stuff and furniture and games
home
and
goods.
Toys and things that make life better.
It helps.
All of that is healing our victims and allowing those doors to stay open, not only for the people that are calling it home today, but for the ones that will need to call it home in the future.
Yes.
So, we would love to not need it. and we'd have to
Absolutely.
close the doors
Love
and
to
be
be
put
out
out
of
of
a job.
business, that'd be a great thing.
I say that every time I'm on here.
But
Love to be
unfortunately,
out of a job.
that's just not a reality that's
No.
going to happen anytime soon. So,
No, it's not.
so that being said, we'd love to continue to keep doing that kind of
Yes,
thing.
our community has been blessing us. We are looking forward to our Father's Day raffle.
Yeah, that's kind of your big big event going on right now with
Yeah.
Father's Day right around the corner here. Here about the last month or so, you've been doing a drawing for
Yeah.
a pretty sweet Blackstone
And usually we
flat top grill.
don't do that many, fundraisers.
Yeah,
in a
maybe
year.
one or two a year.
Yeah,
maybe.
like after our big Sane
Yeah,
dance.
that 70s dance is your big
was
event.
great, which thank you to all our supporters and those
Yeah.
who came out.
And if you missed it,
sponsored
that'll be
and-
back at around April time frame again
Yeah.
next year. Here.
Yeah.
So it's a spring event here.
Yeah, we'll do something in October too, like our usual.
For Domestic Violence
Yes.
Awareness Month, and absolutely. Yeah. And that's more remembrance and things like the candlelight vigil.
Mhm.
That's kind of a tradition during that time, and
Yes.
some which is
That's
it's a
a
rough
staple
it's,
for us.
It's a powerful but rough. It's because it's all the emotions.
It is.
You're
So
you're
many
celebrating
emotions.
the ones that won their battles. You're mourning those that lost their battles.
Yeah.
You're trying to show strength to those fighting those
and
battles,
give awareness to our community
and awareness to the community
Yeah.
in the
and surrounding areas. It's not just Travis County.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Domestic violence is in every corner of where
everywhere.
humanity is, and the best way to combat it is to bring it out of the shadows.
We got to talk about it.
Yep, you got to.
It's one of those
public.
taboos. We got to talk about it.
Don't feel like the none of my business mindset that
Mhm.
that has plagued this domestic violence
Mhm.
problem is, and that's really the problem because people.
Yeah.
And I understand.
Oh, of course.
Mind
you
your
know?
business and all that,
Yeah.
but when you see something like that, it's never a bad thing to
It used
step
to be
in
the
and
same with rearing children,
Yep.
and now people
It's
speak
no different.
out and talk.
And I get it if you don't feel comfortable going
Yes.
in and physically get in.
Yes.
But call authorities, call
Yes.
police. If you're in a store someplace, call management.
Yes.
Do something that alerts
Speak out.
people that can do something about it. Yes, we're not asking you to jump in there and
No.
get in between it. What we're
No.
asking you to do is don't let that go unchecked.
Yeah.
Make sure someone, and to be honest, let law enforcement handle it. And guess what? If it's a misunderstanding or just something,
They'll get
they
to the
will
bottom
sort
of it.
that out.
Yeah.
But if there was something legit going on there, you
Yeah.
probably saved a life that night.
Yes.
And that's why you need to get involved.
Yes.
You know what? I get
Talk
it.
about
You
it.
don't want. I'd rather be wrong and say
Mhm.
sorry later
Yes.
than my right suspicions right and do nothing about it.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing that plagues domestic violence. Really
It does.
is
we have to break that silence. We have to talk about it.
yeah, and the fact that it is a cycle. It's hereditary.
And
I'm
what
not
does
saying
it look
hereditary.
like? Yeah,
what
what
are
are those
I say
telltale
hereditary. That's
signs?
not right because it's not like technically in
Yeah.
the genes per se,
Yeah.
but
It's
but
cyclic.
yeah, if you were raised in a domestic violence situation, more
Yeah.
likely than not, you're going to be that way. You go from the victim to the abuser because that's what you were taught, and that's how you know what you know from
Yeah.
how when someone brings it to you.
Gotta
so that's why
break
it's
that cycle.
so we have to educate and understand, and I think because domestic violence is now getting like it's way more talked about in 2024 than it was in 1984, and I think we're starting to see good things come from that. Like people are stepping up, being more assertive about reporting these kinds of things.
And I think too, it's learning what domestic violence looks like, so they're able to say, "Oh wow, I was in a domestic violence relationship," or, my partner did abuse me, or even the offender or abuser. "Oh my gosh, I did use economic abuse against my wife
Sure.
or husband," or
That's how it was in my house when we
Yes.
were kids.
Yeah.
It was and that's something too. As we talk about domestic abuse, and it's not always a punch to the side of the
No,
head.
it's not.
It's about power and control and using that to manipulate.
and that verbal
you.
abuse.
Yeah.
I mean, man, does it take a toll.
And that's why victims of domestic violence have such a hard time breaking from those situations,
Yes.
because
Their
a lot
norm.
of times the abuser
Mm-hmm.
puts it in a situation where they are the one that controls every aspect of their life and gives
Yes.
this victim a sense of, you need me to survive.
Yes.
Without me, you cannot survive
Well,
on
and
your own.
they get used and addicted, to that honeymoon stage.
Absolutely. And that's really
Feels
what we're
good,
talking
all those
about here.
endorphins, all those positivities.
Absolutely. And sometimes it's an evolutionary thing. Yeah, it just starts out a little thing like that.
Yeah.
But years later, then the hitting starts, and
big.
then it turns into the more uglier side of
Yeah.
it kind of thing. And unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, these end in one of two ways. Either they break away or someone dies.
Yes.
And we don't want the latter there.
Yes.
We'd rather have
You alive and
break
let's
away
get
from
you
it
some help.
and able to live a life that you
Mhm.
just truly deserve. So that's what the refuge does. It
Yes.
brings and we have there is a 24/7 hotline that anybody can call if you're ready to break away from that, from your situation. That hotline is there for you. You're in complete control of what happens. If you just need an ear to bend to talk about what's going on,
Yeah, we'll try to help you the
then
best we
then it's
can.
there for that. If it's some more than that, if maybe you're a person that suspects something but doesn't know quite what to do, please call that number and ask
Yeah,
for
we
resources.
can get you some
and help. Yeah.
information.
And vice versa. Maybe you're an abuser and saying, I think I'm maybe.
Come talk to
but
me.
But if
Yeah.
you're dealing in any facet of domestic violence, please call that hotline. There's people to help on the other side.
Yeah.
And whether it's for you to separate and to start a new life, or just helping you
We can help
get
you.
through a particular situation at a
Yes,
particular,
we have been so full at the shelter.
which is good and bad. Good
Yes.
that it's there.
Yes,
but bad
lots
that,
of kids.
that it's
Yeah.
full. Like
Yeah.
we should always have 1 or 2 beds.
I know.
We don't do.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, before we get into the grill here, I know pre-COVID and all that, we were offering opportunities for folks to come out to the home and maybe do some yard work,
Yes.
landscaping. We were having people renovating and remodeling some of the bedrooms and
They are
things
looking
like that.
for individuals to do that.
We
I
still
know
able
they're-
to do that again?
Yes, they're trying to replace some of the older playground equipment.
Excellent. Okay.
That the kids don't really utilize, and it's
Sure.
really hot.
And I'm sure some of it might be safety issues
Yes,
and things like that too.
so we're trying to
playground
get that
equipment.
removed. So if there's anybody out there that wants to remove some
You some help
old-
there?
yeah.
You want to volunteer your time
old
and things
playground
like
equipment,
that? Some-
we would love that.
Yeah, that kind
We'd
of
like
stuff.
to make it a little patio area. A lot of the clients like gardening, so growing their own fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
And we know that brings
And that's
a lot
all
of
part
peace
of the
and
healing
comfort.
process. That's they're trying to give these individuals a sense of ownership back in their life,
Yes.
and
Let them have some control that's been stripped from them.
absolutely. So the staff and the volunteers and everyone that's part of the refuge family, that the main goal is to make that home feel like a home. That's why we call the Roswell Refuge a home, because
Yeah. It is.
it's
Little
truly.
house.
They celebrate holidays, Thanksgiving, they cook a meal in a family and they get
Yeah.
together, Christmas, all the
All the
holidays.
holidays.
They treat it
4th
like
of
a
July.
big family community. They when there's birthdays and various holidays, they make sure we got presents for the kids and a lot of times we'll get some very generous businesses that donate their services to
Yes.
some of the victims of the refuge. And so, we're because a lot of times it's about reestablishing confidence, giving them that foundation. Sometimes part of that is a makeover.
Yeah, and we're
Sometimes
so
part of
lucky to
that-
have
yeah.
the thrift store that individuals donate, and we are so inundated with clothing. We have been turning people away, sadly. But we're still taking home goods. We're still taking.
You got
those
microwaves and
full-size-
coffee pots.
Yes,
and,
we're
and-
still taking those type of items.
Yeah.
It's just we have so many pieces of clothing.
And how this works is when people, I guess, graduate for a better term, graduate to go on to their own to a life again, with their new life or whatever. Basically, because a lot of times these folks come in with basically whatever clothing is on their back. That's it.
and
Maybe
they've
with
secured
a
housing
child in
and a
tow,
job.
and
Yes.
so they don't have trees, bedding, clothes other than what's on their back, and they
pajamas.
literally have nothing. So over the course of their time at the home, they're reestablishing some of that. But so whenever they get there and they give them their towels and that all goes with them to wherever their next phase of their journey is. But they also get a chance to go through the thrift store, and they partner with other nonprofits.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, hey, you send your clients, we'll send our clients, so they can get things like a microwave, pots and pans,
car seats, strollers,
car seats,
those type of
strollers,
things.
just
Kids' toys.
Yeah, anything they can use to make their transition a little bit easier.
And the thrift store is closed this week.
Okay.
Kay and Stella, they are redoing a lot of things.
Okay.
And trying to get a lot of winter stuff out. So I think there's
Kinda
a
shifting
bag
the
sale,
season.
a $5 bag sale approaching. I don't know the dates, or I'd tell you, but
Check back next week
maybe
here. And,
the 1st of July.
okay.
But we will post it on our Facebook.
Excellent.
It should
Well,
be really
we'll
good.
be in next week to do our drawing here, so we
That's
can
right, so maybe
maybe
I'll
we'll
have a
some
date.
information
Yeah.
by then next
We
week.
want to kick off summer and get some of that stuff out.
But please come support it and shop, because you get some great deals and
Yes,
stuff
you do.
too. But all the money
goes right back
into
the
the programs and
Yes.
everything is at the refuge.
Keeps
so
our doors open.
That thrift store, by you donating, shopping, or whatever,
so
you're
much.
supporting the refuge.
Yeah.
So, now, another way is the Father's Day deal we got going on.
Yeah.
Here. So for Father's Day, you guys have procured a 36-inch Blackstone flap top grill, one of those sweet grills
with the
that you see on TV
Yeah.
that looks like you could feed an army of people. You get, how many brats could I get on that sucker? You know, I always look at. But so that's the first place prize. We're also having cash prizes for second and third place, $300 for second, $200 for third place. But you got to get tickets because they're going to do the drawing next Friday during the 8 o'clock hour right here on the morning show.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, so
we've been
and then again,
tickets.
all your ticket sales
Goes right back into the refuge.
Go right back to the refuge here, and tickets you can get for $25.
$25, yeah.
And so you can do so by a couple different ways. You can always come by the refuge.
Come by the office, or you can call and I can give you the Cash App or Venmo. And then I just send you a picture digitally of your ticket.
Oh, nice.
And fill it out. So it's easy if you don't want to stop by.
Excellent.
That's worked for a lot of people that have bought some tickets.
But get your tickets. That way you got a chance. And who knows, you might win a Blackstone grill or 200 or $300.
Hey, and if you already have a Blackstone grill, we might have a buyout option.
Oh, okay.
So we're talking
I'm just
about
saying
that.
like if you don't want to donate it back, because imagine that would be a very useful tool at the home. Just saying.
But if you already have one, I have sold some tickets to some individuals at Richland that had grills. So maybe if they win, they'll
donate it back.
Or they can do the cash option, or it'll all work out.
Or like I said, do a grill train program. It's like, oh, I got my other Weber grill here at the house. I'll do that. But yeah, absolutely. Please buy tickets. Buy as many as you can, because every dime will go back to help the victims of domestic violence in some way, shape, or form. And together, we do enough of these events. Maybe we can make domestic violence that is so out of the lexicon of things that we talk about it like smallpox.
It's more awareness.
I
mean, when I'm selling a ticket, I get to say, okay, it's for this.
Or,
explain. And you don't have to be from Roswell. You can be from somewhere else.
Wherever
I can get that grill to you.
U.S. currency, we'll take it all.
Yeah.
But please help out with that. And
it's fun. It's something too. Like, I'm excited. If my husband wins, Happy Father's Day.
What are you cooking us?
Right. Here's everything I would like. No, just teasing.
Absolutely. But yeah, if you're not familiar with them, of course there's advertisements. They're kind of like your.
You can make everything on those things.
They're very
like breakfast,
popular
lunch.
Trend. Like
every
dinner. Few years, like a certain smoking grill
apparatus,
type product.
Yes.
Like
the Ninja Foodie a few years ago.
A couple years ago, before that was the green eggs.
Yes.
And those are still nice, by the way.
Yeah.
But and the last year or two, it's been these Blackstone grills because they're literally a big flat griddle.
Yes.
You can
Practice
cook anything.
Your hibachi.
You can do hibachi. You could do steaks to pancakes to everything in between there. It's really a
smash burgers.
Yeah, if you want to go out there for breakfast, where you're like, now my
on the
bacon
porch, man.
My bacon won't fall through the little grill marks and get grease all over the place. But yeah.
None for the dogs. None is dropping off that for the dogs.
No dogs.
They're sad.
Dogs will lose out on this one here. But unless I know most owners, a piece of bacon fell off. A lot of chicken.
Queen of that. Yes.
My wife was making chicken salad the other day, and quite a few pieces fell on the floor for the cats.
Don't tell Dad. Don't tell Dad. How cute.
Absolutely, and of course. Folks, if you need help or you want, please don't hesitate. The Roswell Refuge is there to help 24/7. If you're ready to break away from your situation, please, and we'll give you the hotline number before we get off the air here. But please do something about it. Even if you're not ready to separate from it, talk. Let's have a conversation.
And if you are ready, we can help you with the restraining order too. If you meet those qualifications,
absolutely,
with district court.
And please understand that when you meet and deal with victims of domestic violence like this, please understand that that they've built up a lifestyle to cope and manage with the situation that they are in.
Yeah.
What unfortunately is kind of offshoot results of that are lack of trust issues, very quietness, very reserved, not willing to share, or and let's face it, why would you? If you're in a mode where you're thinking the world's against you, why are you going to come be forthcoming? And so a lot of times the first step for helping these victims is getting them to feel that they're okay to come out and talk and understand not everybody is wanting something from you. And believe it or not, one of the greatest ways to help crack away at some of those walls they've put up is your random acts of kindness. When folks come to the refuge home and they've got big trays of food from a restaurant because they didn't sell them all, perfectly good food from one of our chain restaurants.
Or a meeting that had too many leftovers.
Those
we are
things,
so gracious for
and then when the residents of the home see that and they're like, why did they bring that food? Because they had extra and you want it. But what do we got to do for it? Nothing. And then they realize, wait a minute, you just did that because
you could.
It cracks away at that armor. It tears it down. It absolutely does, and it puts them on the path to being able to have the happy lives they deserve again.
Yes.
And so, trust me,
everyone deserves happiness.
Your simple act of you coming by with a bag full of towels and toiletries, or cakes and or bedding sheets or games and toys and stuff,
or food ingredients so the house can cook this together.
Absolutely.
That is super fun to watch.
Yeah, like they can't
everyone get together and make cupcakes
and they kind of like with the foods and things they buy because of the grants and stuff, like they can buy like the products to make things, but you can't buy like produced candy bars and things. They can accept donations of candy bars, and so if you'd like to donate your favorite Reese's or Hershey's or whatever you're into, that's great because they can use that and give it to the kids or have it as a treat. And who doesn't like chocolate, right?
Popsicles.
But if you want to, you can't. But if you want them to make cakes and you can buy them the sugar, the flour, the chocolate chips, all the ingredients, and they're allowed to do so make sweets that way. But and it really is a family-like cooking, family-style cooking. They cook together as families. They have family meals as a home together. That is part of the whole experience. So when you go to the store and you pick up extra things of cooking oil and Duncan Hines cake mixes and all that kind of stuff and donate that, that's great stuff to help them out do that.
It is.
But one thing that's a constant need is your bedding, your towels,
those hygiene items.
Hygiene, toiletries, because that's all stuff that they
goes
keep.
With them.
It's dispensable stuff.
Yeah.
When they do move on to that, they take their bed sheets with them, they take their towels with them, they'll take their personal health and beauty items.
Maybe the kids came without shoes.
Exactly, clothing.
Throw away flip flops.
And that's why we also remind you with toys and stuff too, because there are kids that do live in the home too.
That teddy bear
of all ages. Yes. Some are barely able to walk to teenagers, full on teenagers. Yeah. So boys and girls toys for that broad range. Something that teenagers are like, something that toddlers would like. All of that stuff. Donate. And they'll like a lot of times there's birthdays and stuff. They'll wrap them up and give them his birthday or gifts or things like
Christmas
that.
Too.
Yeah, Christmas. And so don't forget about that stuff too. But all of that helps out. But if you really want to help, get you a ticket or two for the Father's Day Blackstone Grill Blacktop Grill giveaway here, and help out that way. And then of course, if you need help, don't hesitate to call. What's
that hotline number is 575-627-8361.
And that number is the emergency.
365, yes, 24/7.
Like if you have office questions or anything like,
you can call admin.
Yeah, call our office number. This number is really kind of geared for people.
Do you have room and shelter?
Yeah.
This is what's happening.
People that are dealing with a domestic violence situation in one way, shape, or form here. So. And it's available 24/7, like you said.
365.
Completely anonymous. You don't have to share. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure if the people that you're talking to are in this area. They might be somewhere. I don't know.
Who knows?
But that's kind of the deal. It's very anonymous. It's again, like I said, you are in control of the conversation. If you're not ready to leave, you don't have to leave. If you're ready to leave,
you just need help.
By golly, we'll have hands on the other side to pull you through.
Absolutely.
But you're in control of the conversation, but please, if you're experiencing this, even if you think you're dealing with it, get help. You shouldn't have to.
No,
this
you don't
is
have
what
to
what
do it
you're dealing
alone.
with is not normal.
Yeah.
This
Let's
is
get
not,
you those tools to help you through it.
Yeah, this is not the status quo. This
Yeah.
is not
No.
the right way
not the
or the
norm.
normal way. I know in your head it may rationalize and feel, and well, you don't know me. Trust me, I don't know you, but I
No.
do know that no human deserves what you're dealing with.
Exactly.
So please reach out, make that call.
Call us.
Let's help. Let's help and do this. And folks,
And if we don't have the resources, by golly, we will find the resources.
absolutely, I know, and that's the thing. It's a great
Yes,
partnership.
we partner
like
with
there's
a
the
lot of
Grammys House
Yes.
in Eddy County and
Mhm.
similar other resources,
Yeah.
and you guys are work hand
We
in
can
hand
make
all
a
the
phone
time.
call and figure it out.
They all kind of do the same good, and they're parts of the state here, and they can help out with that. And if it's bigger
Try to find an
resources,
answer.
and obviously you're connected with the sheriff and the police department
Yes,
thing. So
if
if
there's
there's something needed
yeah.
there, you guys can help navigate that too.
Yeah.
But if you have donations, if you have any questions, please go. Or if you want to get tickets for the Black Stone Grill,
Mhm.
you can go to the refuge office.
Yeah.
That's the best place to go.
1215 North Garden.
North Garden,
Yeah,
right
that's
there
our
on the
admin office.
corner of Garden and what road is that? I can't remember.
It's actually next to Culligan, across the street from Travis County Door.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. I
College,
just picture on the
Garden.
corner. It's
Yes,
like right over
just
there.
turn,
I'm
yeah.
turning off Main Street,
Right
go here,
there.
and it's like right over there.
Yeah.
and the thrift store, I believe, is right in that
It is,
region
on the
too, as
site.
well. So you can
Yeah,
go there
Purple
if you
Door.
got. Like you said, Kay and them are kind of
They're gearing up for summer.
reorganizing for
Yeah.
this week. But please reach out next week if you've got items you'd like to donate.
Yes.
If you have bigger items like furniture and stuff,
We'll try to
call
accommodate.
ahead.
I mean, we don't
Sometimes
have trucks
they can. There's
or
not a lot of
anything.
space and
Yeah.
things. But if you have something, because yes, some of that stuff's very useful and needed, and things like that. And by the way, if they can't take it, don't hesitate to talk to someone like the Humane
Yes,
Society.
and
or
we can
somebody.
give you numbers or
Yeah. And
you know,
that happens all the time.
steer you that way.
I'm sure you send people over to the
Yes.
Humane Society thrift
Yes.
store and vice versa.
Yes.
They may send some people your way from time to time.
Goodwill's
too.
so expensive,
Yeah.
so I try not to
Right.
steer them there, but the
But-
Humane Society's great.
Sure, absolutely. And another thing I do want to mention too is when we talk about the toiletries and stuff,
Mhm.
for the Roswell Refuge, what works best for them is the family size stuff.
Yes.
The family size bottles of soap and
Yes,
shampoo.
because they can then take it with them.
Yeah, I mean the travel size are,
It's
if that's
great
what you
too.
have.
Yes.
But to be honest, what happens is you collect those, and if you give them out there as need be,
Yes.
but a lot of times you'll give those over to Harvest Ministries or
Yes.
someplace that. Or maybe
Or a
Gonzalez
daily
Center,
use.
yeah.
Yes.
So where the homeless can use them for their travel
Yes.
bags and things like those are
Yeah.
more useful for there.
Yeah.
That being said, if you got them and you don't, awesome, thank you.
That's
But
fine.
if you're out buying stuff specifically for the
Yeah,
refuge,
that
think
family
family size. Think the bigger bottles.
Because they can
the big-
take it with them, and that gives them a little help.
And you know as much as I do, you, at least especially me with the person who has the problem I do. I buy like a 48-ounce bottle of shampoo and conditioner, and that's good for like 2 years. For me.
Yeah.
I bought shampoo back in the 90s.
Oh, It's still good. It's fine.
They don't even make this
Your hair
brand
hasn't
anymore.
fallen out.
This Pert? What is it? I don't even make that anymore.
Gosh. White Raid. Yeah. Mhm.
White Rain. I forgot about that one.
Oh my God. The wind wasn't getting through that stuff. No.
Exactly. But
Great.
but that's the kind of stuff look for. And same with like towels and sheets and
Yes.
things like that,
You can
because
take it
again,
with them.
they take that with them. So if you'd like to donate
Blankets.
that kind of stuff, blankets,
Yeah. Throws, stuff like
Perfect
that. If you
type of
have
stuff.
too many blankets like I do, closet full.
Some people
You
in our
never have
family,
too many
some people in our
blankets.
family have a slight
Yeah.
blanket buying fetish, maybe,
Yes.
perhaps, or sheet buying fetish.
Yes.
Like,
Turn
you
the
don't-
AC down and grab a
It's like,
blanket.
you don't need to buy a new sheet set every time you want to change the sheets. Just saying,
Yes.
you can reuse them and wash them. And,
Yes.
it's like, but anyway.
So yes, if you're a blanket hoarder like myself, you can donate some.
There
of
you
those.
go. You
We
can
would
let
be
go of a
grateful.
few, and
Yes.
now the problem with you is you go back and it seems like and you see the blanket and you're like, oh, I fall in love again. You don't want that, do you? I want that back.
Can
no,
I
I'm
have
just
it back?
kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, please help out. And and trust me, it's the coolest moments is when you're having those light bulb moments where people
It is.
that for whatever reason didn't understand what you're doing, and then they see you doing it, and yeah,
Yes.
the light bulb moment, the tears break down. It's
Mhm.
just like people aren't all, you're chipping away at that armor, and
You're right.
that, to be honest, you doing that kind of stuff is probably the biggest successes at the refuge experiences when they
Yes.
have those breakthrough moments
Yeah.
of getting these victims back to being in control of their lives again.
Same with the offenders. When you're in group and finally after so many weeks it clicks that, oh my gosh, I have been abusive.
Yeah.
You're like, all right.
It's like, finally, we get it. And that's where the healing and that's where the change begins. Because once that acceptance happens.
You got to change both sides.
Absolutely.
You got to help both sides.
And that's just it. I'm not trying to give passes to offenders because what they're doing is bad. But
and that stigma is there. That's why I'm always talking about is working with offenders is we have to work on both sides.
Because it's
then
back
it's
to what we're talking
conquering
about.
the same issues.
Yeah, you're just creating the next.
Yes.
It's
We gotta
odds are
work
pretty
on it.
good.
Yeah.
That person that's abusing someone right now was probably the victim as a child or a younger person.
Or saw it, yes.
And so, and it's not that it's just what they know. It's like if you're told this is,
And as adults, we have to relearn things. That's okay.
Your parents taught you
We
how to
can
use
be
a fork
retaught.
and knife, and you use it the same way the whole time, and then someone later says that's not how you use a fork and knife at all.
Yeah.
It's this way, and I'm oversimplifying, but that's in essence what some of these folks are going through.
Yeah.
So you gotta
traditions.
You gotta give for that or think about that and give, not trying to give excuses and things, but
we got to talk about that stigma.
changes for everybody, even
Yes.
people you don't like. That's the thing we talk about, giving chances and saying that even for people that did
For
things
the ones that
you
want
don't
to
agree
change,
with.
of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
If they're not meeting you
can't
in the
bring that
middle
horse to
here,
water.
then we deal with the consequences
Yes.
accordingly. But if someone is
That punitive.
is trying to be a good person,
Yes.
the good thing to do and the right thing to do is to help them achieve that success. And so
Absolutely.
this is
Be
how we do it,
accountable.
whether they have a breakthrough in a meeting or whatever it is that flips that switch
Yes,
in their
that
brain.
victim finally got a call that her apartment's ready.
Absolutely, yeah.
Or he.
So please reach out. Yeah, that's the other thing too.
Yes.
Not we think of
Knows-
females mostly as
knows no
victims,
bounds.
but
Female, male.
That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say if you want to do statistics, women are more likely than men, but
Yes.
but men are just
They're
have a
abused as
chance
well.
of being. I mean, there's so many. Even you look at like famous ones over the years, we hear years later
Yes.
about something going on, and it's like, oh, turns out it was the wife that was the abusive, not the husband.
It happens.
Yeah, it does happen. It is. And unfortunately, it's the worst thing because
It's alive
guys
and
have
well.
to deal with the stigma like, oh, he's a manly man. He got abused by his 5'2" wife, whatever.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's a whole.
It's
but
sad.
but then that person's dealt with the same problem. Well, what if he did go crazy and swing at her one day?
Yeah.
Guess who's now the bad person?
Yes. Exactly.
Kind
Exactly.
of catch 22 right
Yes.
there, So that's
Both sides need
so
help.
it's even worse sometimes for male victims because
Yes.
they're not believed
know.
to begin with,
Yeah.
And
She
then they
did
gotta
what?
and so it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
They gotta. Whereas a woman says it, people are automatically willing, by and large, to accept that. A guy says it's like, okay, what's he pulling here?
We still hear the stigma of, well, why didn't she leave? Why didn't she do this?
Oh yeah, you
that
still
victim
have
blaming.
Yeah,
And-
just leave scenario.
Yes.
And sure,
Don't know till you're in the trenches.
yeah, it's like when have you? Yeah, but
When you're in the thick of it.
yeah, that's easy said when you have no attachments, no anything, no sense of what am I
What
going
that
to do
person-
next?
yes,
Yeah, it's like,
what that person may
I've
have
got
gone
this
through.
bad situation, or here where I'm going to die, or have nothing to me. So
Yeah.
you can't rationalize that
No.
with someone who doesn't experience.
No.
But anyway, get your tickets.
Yes,
Come
call
by
us.
the refuge office or call, or if you have
Yes.
the Roswell Refuge on Facebook, shoot a message
Our
there.
office number is 575-624-3222. That's
Very
our
good.
admin number.
And that's
so.
if you have questions about tickets.
Yes,
or,
TROs,
Yeah, any of that kind of sort of thrift store questions
Yes.
or anything like that.
Yeah,
And
offender
one more
treatment.
time, if you are dealing with a domestic violence
Yes.
situation, give the crisis number
That's
one more time.
575-627-8361.
And that's the 24-hour
365,
2365. If you're ready
us.
to call,
An
and
advocate will
someone
answer.
will answer that phone and be there to help you with whatever you're
Yeah.
ready to do next.
Yeah.
But call the other number if you just want
You just
tickets
got-
or any of that
yes.
stuff, or want to donate some stuff,
Yeah.
or want to help out at the home here.
Absolutely.
That would be
You feel like taking out that old playground.
like if
equipment.
put it this way, if there's a bunch of HGTV watchers that love
call us.
they've been
Set
kicked.
some up.
Basically, their family said you were done remodeling rooms in
Yes,
this house.
There's nothing more to remodel.
Turn them loose over at the
Yes.
refuge, and maybe if you like to donate some time and
Yes.
materials, and maybe get your friends together and y'all
It's
pick
amazing.
a
It
room
is.
there and go crazy on it.
Yeah.
And go make it your
Because the rooms always have individuals in them, so
Yeah.
it's something that is always used.
absolutely yeah. This and to be honest, those little things, when you're in a nicer environment, your mindset's better.
Wow.
Everything's better. And if
wow,
the room's,
someone cared enough to do this.
Absolutely.
For an absolute stranger.
Yeah.
That's
it's
amazing.
Think about it this way. Someone's sitting in a jail cell versus sitting, what's their mindset like?
Yes.
Are they sitting in a nicer room? And it's no different here.
Absolutely.
That room has got flowers and painted and nice, beautiful bedding, and it feels like a home environment, not like a clinical
and
or
it's
cell-like
clean
environment.
Yes.
So if you'd like to get in and
AC.
come and decorate and paint and
Yes, call us.
and do all your color coordinating,
Yes.
please get involved. So
yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you as always.
You bet.
And we'll
Thank
see you next
you.
week.
Yes, sir.
Next Friday here for
Next
the big
Friday.
drawing.
Thank
where one
you.
lucky winner will be grilling me a steak.
Yay!
All right, it is 55 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's get you into sports and Lou Dobbs and a quick break before news. Don't go away.
Children alone in hot cars. With temperatures reaching triple digits again, it is critically important for everyone to be well aware of the dangers. The Roswell Police Department and Fire Department are reminding everyone all it takes is a brief distraction, or trying to hurry through a busy day, or dealing with stress or other emotions that could cause a parent or other caretaker to exit a vehicle without thinking about a child who was along on the trip. And the city of Roswell is again offering a free agility, strength, and cardio police and fire fit test. Test your skills on Saturday, June 29th from 8 to 11 a.m. Compete and hang out with RFD and RPD and learn more about a future as a first responder. Bring your family and friends to cheer you on as well. Closed-toe shoes only. You do need to wear long pants for the RFD challenge. Must be 18 or over. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Wall Street barreled to records Wednesday as its frenzy around artificial intelligence technology keeps sending stocks higher. The Bank of Canada trimmed its key policy rate on Wednesday, the first G7 country to do so, in a widely expected move that will ease pressure on consumers. Walmart will pay bonuses to its U.S. hourly store workers, including those at its pharmacy and vision care stores, in a move that could boost wages for 700,000 frontline staff. American Airlines has offered its flight attendants immediate wage increases of 17% and a new formula for higher profit sharing in 2024 in their new contracts. Dollar Tree is exploring options, including a potential sale or spinoff of its Family Dollar banner, as it looks to restructure business amid still high inflation that continues to strain consumer spending. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Strong women need strong partners to help them lead their healthiest lives. At Artesia General Hospital, Dr. Scott Beard and nurse practitioner Lori Crockett deliver compassionate, holistic care to women at every age and stage. From routine checkups to diagnostic testing and specialty services like urogynecology, you can expect the most innovative, personalized care close to home. Learn more about women's services at Artesia General Hospital online at artesiageneral.com/women or by calling 575-736-8394. Many women's services are also offered in Carlsbad.
At River Flooring, Roswell's premier quality flooring destination, commitment to excellence is key. Serving all of southeastern New Mexico, River Flooring offers a vast selection of flooring options at the lowest prices in town, ensuring you the best value with their price match guarantee. At River Flooring, you get free in-home estimates, convenient next-day appointments, financing options, and excellent service you don't find at big box stores. From hardwood and tile to luxury vinyl and carpet, River Flooring wants to earn your business, residential or commercial. To learn more about River Flooring and the many services offered, visit their website at riverflooring.com or stop by 205 North Virginia in Roswell and meet the River Flooring family and staff today. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Grab a frosty mug and try the newest flavor from Bluebell, A&W Root Beer Float Ice Cream. A creamy vanilla-flavored ice cream swirled together with an A&W Root Beer flavored sherbet. A new way to enjoy your favorite root beer float.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at Walgreens stores and Smoky's Country Market in Capitan.
Of honor awards by French President Emmanuel Macron on the 80th anniversary of D-Day. Macron pinned medals on the 11 Americans and 1 Briton at a ceremony at the American Cemetery overlooking Omaha Beach. Speaking at the ceremony, President Biden set the scene on the morning of June 6, 1944.
Nearly 160,000 Allied troops descended on Normandy. Many, to state the obvious, never came home. Many survived that longest day, kept on fighting for months until victory was finally won.
Host France didn't invite World War II ally Russia to the commemorations, saying it was because of its, quote, war of aggression against Ukraine. Jurors in Hunter Biden's criminal trial in Delaware have gotten a look at the gun he bought in October 2018. The jurors saw the firearms transaction record at the center of the case. It's resuming this morning with Gordon Cleveland, an employee at the gun store, back on the stand. In Livonia, Michigan, that's the sound of power saws cutting down trees. Audio courtesy of WXYZ. A toddler was killed and his mother injured when a tornado struck suburban Detroit without warning. Robinhood Markets is buying cryptocurrency exchange Bitstamp for about $200 million as the company looks to speed up its cryptocurrency expansion globally. Bitstamp, founded in 2011, has offices in Luxembourg, the UK, Slovenia, Singapore, and the United States. On Wall Street, the Dow is ahead by 171 points. The Nasdaq, meanwhile, is off by 43. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free and will even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
A growing number of families are considering taking their teenagers off social media.
There aren't really studies showing how many parents might be doing this, but it's something that a lot of parents are talking about. It's becoming a real part of the family conversation across the U.S.
Correspondent Jocelyn Gecker adds teenagers who don't use social media say they miss out on a lot of drama, but they also miss information they need for clubs and classes. Around 80 migrants have been rescued at sea by British authorities after a small boat got into difficulty while crossing the English Channel from France. The Coast Guard confirmed it scrambled 2 helicopters after the incident, while the Royal National Lifeboat Institution dispatched lifeboats. A spokesperson for the Coast Guard said the operation concluded with all people accounted for. News and analysis at townhall.com. Official results from India's election commission show the BJP-led National Democratic Alliance won 294 of the 543 seats, more than the 272 needed for a majority, but far fewer than had been expected. Politics expert Milan Vaishnav says many Indians opted for change.
I think it's pretty clear
that on the ground, there is a lot of economic disenchantment, particularly among people who are lower down the socioeconomic ladder. And they feel that, yes, we have benefited from welfare goods, which this government has provided, and we're grateful for that. But that has not translated into higher incomes, better employment, social mobility for my family and for my children.
For the first time since the BJP swept the power, it did not secure a majority on its own. More details at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to hour number 2.
Deuces
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday. Almost there. The weekend is just about there. Yeah. I saw Greg, the Titanic send-off.
Yes. Do you hear the sound of distant ship horns already? Of course, they don't blast that horn very often, right? I mean, I imagine it would annoy people.
When they usually launch out, they blast the horn.
When they're leaving ports.
Maybe, yeah. I think when they leave.
Okay, now look. I've been trying my best to withhold discussion of this with you until you've returned happy, about 2 shades darker, probably a lot less money. Please. And I mean this. Please. When you guys get to your ports of call and you guys go out for a day of fun on the beach or wherever you go in Puerto Vallarta or wherever you guys are porting up, when they're about to leave out, be on that boat.
Yes.
Be on that boat.
We will get on the boat.
Like, Michael, I've seen...
You just jinxed it now.
I know, but I've seen some horror stories. There was a woman... Okay. There was a woman. The story goes, a woman missed her call back to the boat when they were at some, I don't know where they were. Boat leaves without her. She's captured. Some things happened. The way the story was told was about 2 years later, there was a naval officer in a brothel, and the woman who was in the brothel told him this story that she missed her call. And was then sold into servitude, so to speak, begged him for help. But because he was a naval officer and didn't want to get in trouble, this story didn't come out until he retired. And nobody knows what happened after that. That's like, these are the accounts of people that just, they missed their boat.
Those are extreme
I
cases.
know they're extreme, but they're terrifying. And I don't know why I was being served this algorithmically.
And I'm not... When people end up in those scenarios, 9 times out of 10, again, 9 times out of 10, there's the one that isn't. They they did so many things to themselves to put them in that situation.
Sure.
They didn't listen to instructions. They didn't follow what people told them to do, and they ended up there. Every time these people miss boats, they do things, it's because they did things that were told not to do. And I'm generally not one of those type of people.
That's why I will say this, and I was trying so hard to hold my tongue, but I will say that when you said that after a while going out and spending money on the beaches gets annoying when you're like, let's just go back on the boat and eat while everybody's gone.
Yeah.
So you get free range of anything you want.
I do that.
And I was like, okay, cool, thank God. So he's going to stay on the boat.
No. We're pretty good about it.
I know.
Like we have, and our 2 excursions on the trips we have planned, they're part of the cruise. So you're part of their group. You stay with the group, you go with the group gets you back.
There you go.
On the boat on time.
Okay. All right.
Like when I get to Honduras, we're going to a like sanctuary or something for the sloths and the monkeys. And so we'll take
coleslaw with monkeys.
Yes,
that sounds amazing.
It's delicious. But and I think we're taking a bus out to the sanctuary. So when we get there, we got to okay, group here, follow your sign. Then you go get in the bus, and then you go to the sanctuary and pet sloths and monkeys, and then get on the bus and go back to the boat. You do that, yeah.
Just stay with the group.
They'll treat us like dumb Americans and move us around like dumb Americans. We'll be all right.
Yeah. Just ferry you along. That's all they're doing there for.
But yeah, a lot of times, like if we don't have an excursion planned, we'll go out and see the sights around the port there and stuff. There's nothing that interests us. Like, all right, let's go swimming on the boat because everyone's off the boat. So that's when we go swimming when there's not 80 people in the pools or stuff like that. And food's already paid for. Why am I gonna go in town and eat food that I got to pay again for?
Yeah,
exactly. Go back on the boat.
I've got a meal plan,
and I've got someone serving me 5-star meals for free.
All right, just make those call times. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying.
If not, guess I'll become a citizen of Honduras or Mexico, depending on where I get left at.
I'd love to see cut to 5 years later. There's just this kiosk on the beach, and it's beachside Mike's coconut carvings, and you're just carved faces of famous people into coconuts and sell them.
I'm going to be like Paul Rudd on the Forgetting Sarah Marshall movie.
Yeah.
Pretend like I never.
Well, I missed the boat. Time to learn how to instruct.
It's like, I just talked to you yesterday, dude. Oh, yeah. Hey, man. It's like, hey, nice to meet you. We just had a whole conversation yesterday. Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah. No, I've been on a couple before. In the Caribbean and Mexico and other places, and we'll be all right. Kim and I aren't.
And yeah, this ain't your
adventurous people.
This ain't your first rodeo. I know.
We're not uber adventurous people. We're not going to be the one that's like, all right, let's scale the.
Although it is vacation time, now's the time to break out.
Right.
If they have like some kind of vertical climbing thing, I'd love to see you guys both try.
Oh heck no!
Oh come on, like a rock wall over a pool.
That does not excite me at all.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, I hate heights.
Well, yeah, I'm not a fan of them, but I mean the thrill of getting it, of doing it.
Climbing things doesn't excite me. That's why God invented elevators and escalators and ladders and stairs.
This is what happens when the boat starts to list to one side and they all have to climb down.
Yeah.
Mike's like, oh, I should have used the wall. That's why they have that there. It's training for if things start to list one way or the other.
I'll get one of those boats.
But this is a newer variety of cruise ship, correct?
Yeah, this boat's the boat we're going on. It is now listed as the 4th largest.
Okay.
Because there's been a few newer boats since it's come out, but I think those boats are all in the Royal Caribbean family.
Uh-huh.
They're all like they've got like 4 or 5 ocean liners that are kind of their signature, and they're all something of the sea, Blink of the Sea.
Right.
The one we're going on is called Harmony of the Sea. But I think the one like they've been doing commercials for is called like Icon of the Sea, and that's the one you like a couple months ago you were seeing like all these Royal Caribbean commercials for with the slides and all the stuff. And this boat that we're getting on is like 4 generations go of that one, which is a couple years ago. So
Mhm.
it's a newer boat, but it's
not the newest.
Yeah, it's
but
not
it's
the
not
shiniest
yeah.
in the fleet, but it's pretty darn shiny.
Mhm. Well, I mean, if your boat boasts an ice skating rink,
That's why I was intrigued. I'm like, an ice skating rink? My wife's already telling me, you haven't skated in 30. I was like, I know, but I got it. She goes, you're going to break your ankle on that thing. I was like, so? No, I didn't.
she'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Like, come on.
I told her, I said,
used
just
to
make
be good at
sure
this.
make sure he packs a stick so he's able to counterweight.
Well, and that's
counterbalance.
just it. Yes, I'm so used to having a stick.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Bust out a stick, and I bet
Yeah.
you could have that. You'd have that perfect counterbalance.
It's like riding a bike. I think the muscle memory kicks in and all that.
By the way, I got to point out Greg checking in on the chat that if you guys do miss your boat call time, you'll probably take it to the factory that makes the Nikes. And he makes sense too. Those little hands, all the Jordans you could make.
Both of us would be
Sitting there just knitting the Jordan onto the shoe.
Him and I both would be highly coveted assets with our tiny hands.
Right. Guy with long dow comes along. Mao, you make Jordan.
I'm going to Honduras.
Oh, yeah, I know.
He's got me in Taiwan or something. I don't know.
They've outsourced.
I got me.
Turns out labor was cheaper in
Like
Honduras.
some sweatshop in China. It's like, going to Honduras.
The Taiwanese market decided to outsource to Honduras for even cheaper labor. The views expressed by Sean Smalls do not reflect those of Pecos Valley Broadcasting and staff or management. I think that needs to be said.
I'm going to Honduras. Well, good day, mate.
Well, tally ho then, governor.
Oh, man. Let me give you the rundown of this hour of the show. Oh, man. That's why they hate Americans.
This is why.
And this is why they hate Americans.
It's the video feed. They wouldn't be able to pick us up without the video feed.
That's right. Let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a bit. Then later on this hour, we're going to replay our interview we had with the folks from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce. We had Andrew Moore and Gary Thrine join us, give us an update on some events, business after hours, things going on, and then just talk about what else they got going on too. So we'll play that interview here in just a few. Later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety, along with your Wall Street business update and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. Before we do anything else, though, let's go ahead and take a gander at your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a heat advisory in effect for the next couple of days. Strong high pressure parked over our area. Sunshine today will be between 105 and 107 on the afternoon high. Overnight, partly cloudy, mid-70s, low 100s for the afternoon high on Friday, and we keep the sunshine. Looks like about the same for Saturday, and then Sunday we get some showers, mid-90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 79 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 47%. Winds currently out of the south at 8 miles per hour. Going to be warm today. Man, they're upping it. It was hotter. Like last hour, they said our high today was 106. Now they're saying 107. It's getting warmer as we speak. We do have a heat advisory. It's going to kick in at 1 o'clock today, remaining in effect through 7 p.m. But, yeah, sunny, hot, 107 today. South winds at around 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight. Expect an overnight low of 73 degrees. Winds out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow, for you Friday, there is a chance at some isolated sprinkles for the afternoon. Otherwise, mostly sunny. A high of 103 tomorrow with south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tomorrow night. Overnight low of 74 degrees with south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. For you Saturday, sunny and 104. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Beginning Saturday night and into Sunday, we're looking at decent rain chances. 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms Saturday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 74 degrees. Sunday, we're looking at a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon, partly cloudy and 94. 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms Sunday night, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 69 degrees. Monday, we're looking at a 50% chance for afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy, high of only 86. And then 20% Monday night, and then starts warming up as next week progresses. Mid-90s by Tuesday, back near 100 by midweek next week. But Sunday, Monday, little bit different there. Enjoy that. It is 19 minutes after 8 o'clock. Real quick before we take our break and get you into our interview and all of that here, I do want to invite you to help out the folks at the Gonzalez Warming Center. They're putting together some what they're calling blessing bags for the summer here for those that are experiencing homelessness, things like that. And so they're putting the bags together and hoping to distribute them here, I believe, next week. So they're looking for donations of items to put into these blessing bags to give out to people in need. The items they're looking at, these are things to help them navigate now that we're in the warmer months in here. So things to keep them hydrated, to keep them protecting from the sun, cool, things like that. So bottles of water for immediate consumption. Your bottle can always use that. But also reusable water bottles, so they can fill them up and have a bottle in their bag of water at all times. Deodorant, sunscreen, lip balm, especially lip balm with SPF sunblock protection. Band-Aids, first aid kit type stuff. Feminine care products, mints, body wipes, little fans, cooling towels, cleaning products like your shampoos, shavers, soaps, socks, underwear, toothbrush, toothpaste. They can even use non-perishable snack items. So if you got little bags of chips or nuts or fruit snacks or whatever, things they can throw in the bag real quick and have little snacks. Non-perishable food items, sun hats, hats that are great for protecting in the sun, umbrellas, sunglasses, things like that. If you can bring those items to the Gonzalez Warming Center, or if you want, you can go to the Gonzalez Warming Center or Hope Center's Facebook page. You could go to the Many Hands Facebook page or Food Not Bomb Facebook page. You'll find a link to what they have an Amazon registry if you'd like to order stuff through there to have sent directly to the Gonzalez Center. That would be perfect. But if you'd like, you can shop locally, grab some items here at stores, and then drop them off at the Gonzalez Center. Get that done, next couple days this weekend so they can get those put together and get out to the people in need next week here. So, but again, they're collecting all that stuff. And if you have any questions or wanting to know if there's certain items you're short on, reach out to Jocelyn. You can call her direct at 575-208-9509. Again, 575-208-9509. All right, it is 21 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're going to take about a 2-minute break. Then we're going to play our interview with the folks from the Roswell Chamber. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
A bedroom is a quiet escape where I go for peace and comfort. This is Melanie at Glenn's Furniture. I know how important the most private room in your home is for your life and the lives of your family. That's why we offer a selection of bedroom groups that make living easier and more comfortable. Modern designs, bold curves, and stylish fabrics elevate your bedroom space. You'll find your new set easy to sleep on and even easier to own. Come see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
The beginning of Luke 15 reads like this. Now the tax collectors and sinners were all gathered around to hear Jesus. But the Pharisees and teachers of the law muttered, "This man welcomes sinners and eats with them." Then Jesus told them this parable. Suppose one of you has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Does he leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? That story seems ridiculous when you read it first. If the 99 are safe, why leave them and go traipsing after one? We should protect the majority. Keep them all safe. What's one loss to save the 99? What's amazing is that God's logic is very different than humans. Jesus leaving the 99 to find the one seems illogical, irrational, and senseless, until that one is you. The story ends with this statement from Jesus. I tell you that in the same way there will be more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner who repents than over the 99 righteous who did not need to. Are you the one that's wandered away? Come home, my friend. Jesus is searching for you.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Are you walking around with a space in your mouth from a missing tooth? Are you having difficulty chewing? Or are you holding back on your big smile in those group photos? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. Did you know that we provide dental implant treatment for our patients? We can help you replace one tooth or all your teeth with dental implants. Why not call our office today? Set up an appointment and let's chat about options that will boost your confidence and allow you to live the life with the smile you want.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell or call 575-622-4455.
A Greek-Canadian man invented the Hawaiian pizza. His name was Tex Colorado, and he's from Detroit. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us. And good morning. It is 7:25, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, of course, Andrew Moore and Gary Thrine back with us. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Morning. How's everybody doing today?
It's good. So far, there's no wind this morning. The last few mornings I've woke up and it's been a little windy.
Yeah.
So far, we're doing pretty good.
It was overcast, or I don't know, cloudy maybe. I don't know if overcast is the right term. But yeah, it was kind of cloudy yesterday, so it's kind of cooler, but less wind.
Ish.
You're right. Yeah.
I always
Cool-ish.
say optimistically fantastic because it's a great day to be alive and be American.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There we go. So, but of course, for folks who don't know, Roswell Chamber, if you're a small business that does business, or any business, really, I say small business, any business that does business in Chaves County, Chamber of Commerce is that networking for that. For
Absolutely.
folks for businesses, the community, and everyone as a resource for helping to foster and support things that come to this town, and then help create some new things too as well.
Absolutely.
So.
We've been busy at the chamber the first quarter of 2024, and Gary Thrine's been with us since November, so he has been hustling. We've had, I think I was counting yesterday, about 30 new members since January. And just in the month of May, we brought in Sarah's Mediterranean Cafe and Grill. If you haven't tried them, they're up on North Main.
Shawarma.
Yeah, oh, my gosh.
My favorite thing there, and I didn't know I liked it till I tried it there.
Yes.
Baba Ganoush.
Oh, my gosh, right?
Have you had that?
No, I haven't had that yet, but it was the chicken. Which chicken dish was it?
The chicken skewer, chicken dish.
Yeah, the chicken kebab.
Yes.
Right.
Deal. The so Baba Ganoush. Do you like hummus? Like you have hummus. So basically, Baba Ganoush is hummus, but instead of using chickpea, they use eggplant.
Okay.
And so they use their homemade pita bread, and they give you that, and they give you this hummus like with the chickpea, Baba Ganoush, and it's a sweeter.
Right.
So it's got that consistency like hummus, but it's sweeter.
Yes.
And, oh, man.
And that salad is just to die for.
Yes.
That comes with the meal.
So they came in on May, in May, and so go check them out if you haven't. Dreams Dispensary became a new member. They're located at 2303 North Main.
Yeah.
River Flooring is a new member. They're located at 205 North Virginia, and we just had
a ribbon cutting for them and grand opening, and so it was
last week or so they had a grand opening. Yeah, excellent. So if you got flooring needs, and I think they do it all hardwood, and
they've got hardwood, tile.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
If you put it on a floor, they got it. So.
Absolutely, they're a great family-owned local business. They're, like I said, over there off of Virginia. The Brave Company, Jessica, formerly Burson, former Miss New Mexico. She's probably going to laugh when I say that. But I remember her when she was Miss New Mexico, when my kids were little.
I do kind of remember, I don't want to give dates, but I feel like around 10 years ago.
Maybe about that. Because it was when my kids were little.
I have such a bad concept of time.
And she was so sweet and kind. And she's still sweet, kind, and caring.
I feel
Jessica's
like I remember
awesome.
interviewing on the radio and all that stuff.
Yes.
Around then. She was, 17, 18?
Something
whatever.
like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So she has built her own freestanding building off of Atkinson. 1905 North Atkinson. She used to be over here across the street from Martin's Cafe next to Law Ground Victoria.
I know you're talking about.
But now she has moved to a huge brand new building. So if anybody's looking for Brave Company, that's where they're at now.
What's her products? What does she do?
She sells clothing. She's a retail clother, female clothing, purses, jewelry, accessories.
Hence the reason it's probably not on my radar.
Correct. But the ladies in town know exactly who she is, and she does have a store in Artesia as well.
Oh, okay, awesome. Good for her.
She started kind of as a trunk show type thing, and then she has gone to a retail establishment. She's fantastic.
I think the trendy is pop up now.
Yes.
Up. She's a pop up. You do a pop up.
That's kind of what she started off, and it's just exploded. So go check out her stuff. And if you are not a female, but females, it would be cool to go check it out because there's probably something.
Because I just know when I pick things that I think I like, my wife's like,
right.
Here you go.
She's like, thanks, honey.
Yeah,
that goes in the closet forever.
The smile, and you'll never see it again. There's a few gifts laying around the house like that.
And I believe that we will be doing a ribbon cutting. I know Gary's been working on getting her at some point.
Right. We've got a lot of folks that were just waiting for, I think, school to get over with and kind of get the settle into summer and see where the vacation schedule is going to be to set up the ribbon cuttings, and we'll talk more about those in a minute. But go ahead
and then Press Labs, another dispensary, 711 North Union, across the street from CVS. Okay. I want to say Prim Drug.
It's actually the old CVS location. Before they moved across the street.
Yes.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, the old Prim Drug.
And we did do a ribbon cutting for them within the last 2 weeks.
Last Saturday, I believe.
So, and then our newest member in May was Lone Depot, Elliot Rodriguez. He's located at 204 West 2nd. And of course, if you want to see all of our new members on our front landing page of our website, roswellnm.org. When you scroll down towards the bottom, I always have a rolling 3-month welcome new members, so you can go see who all of our new members are for the last 3 months. It has a link to their website if they have one, a phone number, an address, any way to get in touch with them.
We got a lot of new businesses and businesses reestablishing or continuing or kind of shifting how they reach their customers and things. So we've got a lot of new stuff going on here in our community as far as the business side goes.
Correct.
So a lot of new businesses to check out, new things you probably didn't even realize you needed or wanted. So
absolutely, all the time. And then Gary's got his red coat stuff.
And we've also had the Kiwanis come on board as members.
All right.
And then we had the big ribbon cutting for the all-inclusive Centennial Park out there behind the Aquatic Center.
Yeah.
That was very impressive.
And every time they talk, they are putting more trees and shade out there. Trust me, that's in the works. It's stages, and you're seeing the first stage, and technically there's more to be done out there.
They had to get the park first, and then they know where to put the trees.
Putting the horse before the cart or cart before the horse or something. Yeah.
And we had an awesome business after hours at Roswell Aesthetics on 404 North Kentucky here a few weeks ago, and did the ribbon cutting. So that was a big event and great turnout. Upcoming, we have another business after hours on the 6th, which is tomorrow evening. At Game Day, we have a business after hours here at 911 South Sunset.
Yeah.
Come out and join us.
It's a cool place. I got a chance to, Sean, I got to tour it and everything else. And
we're excited to go do the ribbon cutting.
The Redcoats will set up the greeting line about 5, and we'll do a ribbon cutting
and
about
he's doing
5:30.
Kind of like a club little deal, if I remember right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you sign up as a club kind of, and then you get to hang out and even old school arcade games like like Donkey Kong to Mortal Kombat. They got those, billiards, darts, plus they got great food and a few draft beers and things up or home tap. They got beverages and everything else. I don't know the exact full menu there, but they got a lot of cool stuff, and we got to tour it right before he was really officially opening there. And that's it. It's just a cool place to hang out, and you could bring your kids in there and just play games and stuff, but then you're like, no, I want to do girls' night or dudes' night out to gaming, and it's all the above.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's
a cool little thing.
It is filling a hole that we don't have already in town. So we're excited for that, and that like Gary
and
said,
it's right next to his other business, Uncle Sud. So if you got like laundry to do, you could go do laundry and then go in there and play pool and
play some games
and play games and then go get your
while the washer and dryer's spinning.
That's right.
Go play some games.
That's right.
And then we have another ribbon cutting coming up on the 22nd at the Spring River Zoo. It's the Garden Club Pollinator Party.
Oh, great.
Yes.
And so that's at 11 a.m., and that's at 1306 East College. So everybody knows where the zoo is, but just in case you don't, that's where it is.
Come on
We'll
down.
be out there. And like I said, we've got a lot of folks that have come on board that haven't scheduled their ribbon cuttings yet, that are planning on
Get on the stick.
get on the calendar and do ribbon cutting. So,
and I know the city's been doing a lot out at the zoo, adding and doing some things out there. So this is kind of part of all that too. Is some of the renovations or work?
Yeah, they just did their grand reopening of the tunnel and the train. Unfortunately, we were not able to get there. We were notified at the last minute. And when it's a weekend event, it's a little more difficult to wrangle some redcoats. But Kathy Lay and I had a really nice long talk, and she goes, I totally understand. She goes, I'm calling you at the last minute, but it doesn't hurt to ask. And I said, no, always call and ask because you never know.
And by the way, real quick, since you mentioned Kathy Lay, if you're your organization looking for volunteer work and things like that, call her offices. The Keep Roswell Beautiful offices. That's kind of her main area.
Correct.
But looking for volunteer for your civic group or youth group or church group or anything, give Kathy a call at the city. She'll help you out there.
And we also did a ribbon cutting out at the Farmer South Plaza. I'm not sure what the name of that plaza is. Is that Hobbs Plaza? But anyway, on Hobbs Street, the La Familia Eastern New Mexico Medical Center reopened La Familia, and we did a ribbon cutting and dedicated that, and so
that'll be very convenient for a lot
great
of people
for the
in
south
that
side
area.
of town.
Yes,
absolutely, because when the kids with the sniffles in the morning, and you're like, I don't drive now. They got a place convenient for them.
Yeah, they've remodeled in there, so if you want to see what it looks like, go check it out. They've got to me, he's a new doctor, because I remember when Flurry was down there and we'd go see her at La Familia, but they've got new faces, and like I said, new to me because I'm not used to him being in that particular location, but he's been with the hospital for quite a few years.
Not new to doctoring and stuff.
Correct.
He's
not
new to the position.
Yes, he's new to that location. And it was fantastic. And all of our ribbon cuttings and business after hours that we've had in May have been packed.
Great.
I mean, there was standing room only at Roswell Aesthetics over off of Kentucky. So once
That's
again,
aesthetically pleasing.
Yes, absolutely.
After we had rain all day long.
Yeah.
So that really was
and we
great.
still had standing room only. They provide massages. They do Botox.
Okay.
They've got
skin rejuvenation
skin rejuvenation. Go check them out if you want to do any, if you need an anesthetician, any kind of pampering,
medical
spa.
pampering, because they kind of lean a little bit more. I mean, yes, it's relaxing and stuff, but there's
aesthetics and wellness.
Yeah, it gets into the medical side as much as it is the relaxation.
Absolutely, and they're fantastic. They've done a little bit of remodeling. They're under new ownership because they were formerly Medi Spa.
Okay.
And the two gals that have now purchased Medi Spa, that it is now Roswell Aesthetics, had actually worked for Medi Spa.
Okay.
So it's a lot of the same.
The history there.
Same staff.
Yeah.
And new staff. Like it's really neat, and go check it out.
Sure. And I imagine it's a little amalgamation of some of the stuff you liked before, but
absolutely
with a new layer of other products and services.
And of course, since it's the summer, we've been getting phone calls about UFO Festival, because that's coming up
June 5th through 7th.
Oh my goodness. Like in a month. I am shocked at how fast this year is going already. So go check.
Did I say June? I meant July.
Yeah, July.
July.
If it was June, we'd
right
be
now,
done.
Today.
We'd be done.
Starting today.
Yeah, actually. So the UFO Festival, we're getting a lot of those phone calls. And of course, we are not in charge of UFO Festival. That is a Main Street Roswell.
They're kind of the glue
leader.
because this year it's kind of a 3-headed or 4-headed dragon. When Main Street's kind of the glue in between,
Yes.
but the UFO Museum is doing their thing. Galacticon's doing their thing. The paper's doing their thing. Main Street's doing their thing. And Main Street's kind of the glue. So when you go to the UFOfestival.com website,
UFOfestivalroswell.com.
Roswell, thank you.
You'll
I always
see
botch
everything.
that. That's got everything for everything.
Absolutely.
From Galacticon to what the UFO Museum's doing to what the paper's doing.
So if you want to be part of the parade, if you want to go see a speaker, there's going to be one place. So we go and help in any way that we can as the chamber. We're kind of that volunteer force of two.
Point people in the right direction.
Slide into the gap in the line.
Absolutely. And then our calendar, this was one of the phone calls I got yesterday, is I had a really nice long chat with a teacher here in town. She goes, I don't have social media, so I don't have Facebook or any of that stuff. How do I find out what is going on in town? Well, guess what? The Roswell Chamber of Commerce has this thing called the events calendar.
Mm-hmm.
It is for anybody, whether you are a member or just a member of the community. Go in and submit your events.
Yeah.
And very, very rarely am I going to say, no, we're not going to approve an event. And the only thing I can think of is if it's pornographic or maybe if it's little Johnny's 5th birthday and you don't want all of Roswell to show up. Those would be the only reasons why we would not allow something to be on our calendar.
I don't know. Serial Killers Club came and said, we were having a meeting.
Maybe that's not. Maybe that's not our thing.
Well, we might call the police. You might want to stake this guy and group of people out. They might be up to no good.
So, but come and put it in. And I don't care if it's a free event, if it's a paid event, a ticketed event. Put it on our calendar. That I really am trying to make it a true community calendar. So if you've got something going on, put it on there. And then that way, not only can we see it at the chamber, but then we can go promote it when we get phone calls and stuff. Hey, what's going on? 4th of July weekend. Oh, here you go.
And when people plan, and this still happens, not as much as it used to, because our town's growing a little bit, but it does still happen to an extent where people may plan an event. They will look and say, let's look at a calendar, and they'll look at something like the chamber calendar and say, what else is going on that weekend? Oh, there's 6 events. Maybe we should pick a different weekend.
Exactly.
Or no, it's pretty quiet that weekend. This looks like a good weekend for us to do our
Absolutely. Right? And that's the whole purpose of our community calendar. And once again, it's right on our main page. You go to our homepage and you'll look under events, and right there it says events calendar, and it makes it, and it's very simple to go in and submit an event, because whenever we set something up on the website, I go back and check and see how user friendly it is. Or as I say, stupid friendly, because I know I can be pretty stupid.
Telling other people how to use it. I should at least check to make sure.
And I'm one of those, if it's easy to use, I'll use it. If it's going to be 12 different steps and it's going to be very difficult, I'm not doing it. So
you're out.
Well, I don't have time for that. None of us have time for that anymore. So
I agree.
Go put that stuff on. We've got lots of stuff going on in June. Our July calendar is starting to fill up, because I know both Gary and I are fielding calls every day for business after hours, ribbon cutting.
Great.
So if there's things that you want to do, if you are a community member, if you are a member of the Chamber of Commerce, give us a call, because our ribbon cuttings and business after hours is a member-specific benefit.
A perk, yes, if you will. Right. Yeah.
And I highly recommend you take advantage of that perk, and that's a way to get your business out in front of the community.
Sure,
get networked.
If you've never been to one, it's a schmoozing. It's a social affair. We do it after hours. That's why it's called. About 5 o'clock, everything starts, and your business is the host, and each one kind of follows a similar agenda. They're different, depending on the type of business. If it's a food or type service business, it's a little centric there. If it's more of a medical or something, then there's tours and things. But usually there's food and everything. But really, it's a chance for you to show off your business, show the community what you do. And A, it's a networking, or B, it's also a networking, because you really get a chance to see other community business owners, leaders that come in and hang out and socialize, and at the same time network and talk and make connections here. usually door prizes involved. Usually the host business will pony up a few door prizes to give to the public there.
Yep.
We always do the $1 and a business card, fun little thing where if you bring $1 and a business card, you can throw it in the fish bowl basically, and at the end of the night we'll pull out a business card, and that winner will get the pot o' cash. Sometimes it's $30, sometimes it's $100. Just depends on how many people showed up, and then all the business cards for again networking opportunities and things like that too. So, and that's really how these kind of go each time. But it is that opportunity for the Redcoats are there. I mean, we bring all the bells and whistles, and but it really is a chance. It's kind of like a little party here at your business to just get people to meet it. So maybe if you're a grand opening business, or maybe you have a milestone in your business celebrating a milestone anniversary or something, or maybe you moved to a new location, or you got new facilities, or you did a major renovation.
Absolutely.
Or no reason at all. You just want to say, hey, we haven't been out in the public eye for a while. We need to do that. And
well, Terry at Hippie Chicks is really good at doing those
off-year
anniversaries. She's like, you know what? I haven't had a lot of people over here for a while. Hey, Roswell Chamber of Commerce, can you set something up? We're going to do a 15-and-a-half-year. Yeah, absolutely. When do you want us? We're on our way.
Yeah.
I mean, if you do a remodel or you're a brand new if you're a brand new business, I definitely want you to give me a call and we can go over what the benefits are to be a member.
And if you're already a chamber member,
if you're already a member and you're coming up on a anniversary, whether it be a 3.5-year anniversary or a 10-year anniversary, let's get the Redcoats together and have a
little party.
Let's
celebrate you and use this as a way to grow your business.
If you just repainted the place and remodeled, let's have a grand reopening.
Fresh paint business after hours. Why not?
Ribbon cutting or after hours.
And we take lots of pictures. We put them up on our website. We get them sent to the paper. Sometimes it takes a little bit for the paper to get them, but they're busy over there too, and they only have they only have so much space too. So if I'm submitting 5 ribbon cuttings, because we've done 5 ribbon cuttings in a week, be patient. It will show up.
Yeah,
because
they're not going to put all 5 in one paper.
We do have a Redcoat member that does actually help run
inside game.
Yeah. So, we call them, we're like, hey, can you, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that they, are really trying to work with the community too, because they've kind of rebranded themselves.
And you get
reorganized.
You get featured on the website, you get featured on the weekly email that goes out. And if you're
talk about you on the radio too.
Absolutely.
Right.
And by the way, since we're mentioning Redcoats here, Gary, you want to, I know you're always looking for a new
absolutely
new volunteers to come be a part.
That's one of the things I talk to new members about as they're coming on board. I explain to them that, hey, if you have anybody that you on your team or in your organization that might want to be a Redcoat, it's a great way for them to be able to represent your company or your organization while we're out doing these ribbon cuttings. And so anybody that you have, we are all, in fact, we have been building the team, and we've had to break it up into 2 teams now, and I would love to break it down into a 3rd team as well.
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie.
Yeah,
that's right.
absolutely.
That's right. I'd like to have an Alpha Bravo team, a Charlie Delta team, and let's rock and roll.
Well, I say this every time. The Redcoats are by far the classiest part of the Roswell Chamber of Commerce.
I think so, and it's a good-looking group of people. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to throw this out there for poor Gary. We need some more men. So any gentlemen out there, if you'd like to be a Redcoat, please contact us. We would love to have you. We are definitely heavy on the women's side of the Redcoats.
Which we love, all of our volunteers.
I'm not going to turn anybody away that wants to be a Redcoat. But guys, if you're out there and your company is a member of the chamber, or you want to talk them into becoming members of the chamber so you can be a Redcoat, definitely could use a little more testosterone on the team.
Well, and even our gals on the Redcoats, we were looking around at the last few events and at our last luncheon, and we were just laughing. And all the ladies were even saying, we need some guys on our team. Like, we need some more guys.
Fellas, looking to mingle and meet some ladies?
That's right.
There's a bunch of Redcoats that are just looking to...
And they're fun. Every single one of our Redcoats are so much fun, and together they make the organization just that much better.
Absolutely, yeah. It's really a lot of fun, and you are our basically face of the chamber, and there's such a history and reputation there that people that have lived here any kind of time, they see a bunch of people in the red coats. Oh, it's a chamber event. Something's going on over there.
Oh, yeah.
They see what's going. It's like,
and a lot of them go, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah.
I remember I was a red coat back when
I had that just yesterday. I was at a luncheon, and I had a gentleman say, "I used to be a red coat a long time ago," and I went, "Well, why don't you come back?"
Because why don't we do some generations? Maybe there's some grandparents that were red coats. Maybe it's time for your kids or grandkids
That's right.
to step up to be.
And it's
red
not
coats.
a huge commitment. Most of our events are 20-30 minutes, because Gary runs a tight ship. This is where I need Gary in my life for ribbon cuttings.
The military background kicks in.
If it was left to me, it would be a lot of just cats everywhere. Gary is very good at herding those cats and saying, "Okay, you guys said we were going to do a ribbon cutting at noon. It is 11:59. Get in line. Here's how it's going to happen."
The train conductor here.
Y'all think she's kidding, but it's right.
No, he does. He's
Ain't nothing wrong
like,
with
"We
that.
got to
He does
go."
that every time.
But they go off without a hitch, and they turn out. Well, y'all see the pictures, so they turn out professionally done. Yeah. And I do try and respect my red coats' time, because they do take time off from work to come do these events.
Sure.
So I do try and get
that's
the
why we
ribbon
always
cutting
need
at the
more.
beginning of the event instead of the end of the event.
Sure.
That way they can go back and
that's why we need more people to sign up to be red coats, because, like you said, we have events and we not everybody's available, so that we need like Alpha Team, Bravo Team,
That's right.
Charlie Team. That way they can, or
that way if we have more than one event a day,
God forbid we have 2 events at one time, then we can.
And that's been known to happen.
Absolutely, yeah.
And not necessarily at the same time, but there have been times we've got events, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. And
you can't commit to both. 'Cause they
Exactly.
got
Well, then
their
come
own
to one or
lives.
the other.
We've
Our largest
done
commitment.
them one before lunch and one after lunch too. So
Our largest commitment
Take the
is
coats off for
business
lunch, though,
after
don't you?
hours, and that's an hour and a half
Yep.
that we ask.
Yeah, the rest of the time it's usually
In and out.
an hour, half hour, whatever. It's just how long people meander and mingle and hang out.
And we don't have these events every day. So being a red coat does not mean that you're going to be every day at one of these
Couple
events.
times a month.
It's
and like you said, if we get more, then you,
right.
you
As we build up the red coats, we can diversify and say, okay, well, you Alpha and Bravo team, you go to this event, and Charlie Delta team, you go to that event.
Yep.
Like, I'm only available for for this, or I'm only available for this. Well, great, we got so yeah.
Yep. And we try not to have. We're pretty good at not having any events on Sundays, because we understand, where we live.
That's Family and God's Day.
And we try to limit Saturdays, but we get it. We understand that that's when people want to do their ribbon cuttings and stuff. And as long as we have at least a 2-week heads up for any Saturdays, then we can usually get a really nice turnout, because once again, our red coats have families. They're not just little robots that we keep in the closet. They are actually out and about doing stuff. So, if you want to schedule an event, call Gary, 575-623-5695.
626-4008.
That's his cell phone. 626-4008 is his cell phone. But you can always call the office, or roswellnm.org. You can always go check our website and get a hold of us, because we'd love to see you. Or come on down. 131 West 2nd. It's really hard to miss us. We're on the corner of Richardson and 2nd, across the street from the police station, right behind Subway and Verizon.
Absolutely, yeah. Come in.
If you see my truck backed in there, just ring the bell, because our offices are at the back of the building.
That's
We'll
right.
come up and open the door.
Give them a second to meander up to the front of the building there and get you taken
That's
care
right.
of. But absolutely, please utilize the chamber if you're a small business. If you're looking, or if you're a nonprofit looking for help and resources, please reach out. And if you're a business looking to, especially small businesses, if you need help with marketing, that's why you need to be a member of the chamber. Bigger businesses where they have HR departments and things, using us to make that community connection.
Correct.
Generally, businesses of that nature are larger corporations or major, maybe even national companies and things. They lock in with chambers to establish roots into those communities.
That's actually, we can talk about it at the next get together, because I know we're running out of time, but I do have a remote membership program as well.
Excellent.
So
come by the chamber today if you want to hear more about that.
Please.
And Gary would be happy to talk to you about it.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. If you need help promoting your company, then being a member is the way to do it, because we have tools in our basket to help you get promoted and get out in front of everybody.
We're looking, and I find new tools every day. I'm like, oh my gosh, did you know we had this? And Gary's like, I didn't even know that was a thing. And I'm like, well, now we got to figure out what that thing is and how it works.
She opened the cabinet the other day and found one of those Allen head wrenches. There are all kinds of tools in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, that's quite literally that's what happens.
Is that a monkey wrench? Look at that.
Oh,
very good.
didn't know that was a thing.
Please reach out. Please get out there. We got a lot of stuff going on. Good time to get in.
That's right.
I've never met a stranger, just a few strange people.
There you go. Every time I look in the mirror, I meet one.
Right? Every day.
Well, thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Have a blessed day, Mike.
You do the same. It is 7:56. Kim Commando update. Quick break before news. Don't go away.
City of Roswell is issuing a statement regarding the dangers of leaving children alone in hot cars. With temperatures reaching triple digits again, it is critically important for everyone to be well aware of the dangers. The Roswell Police Department and Fire Department are reminding everyone all it takes is a brief distraction, or trying to hurry through a busy day, or dealing with stress or other emotions that could cause a parent or other caretaker to exit a vehicle without thinking about a child who was along on the trip. And the City of Roswell is again offering a free agility, strength, and cardio police and fire fit test. Test your skills on Saturday, June 29th from 8 to 11 a.m. Compete and hang out with RFD and RPD and learn more about a future as a first responder. Bring your family and friends to cheer you on as well. Closed-toe shoes only. You do need to wear long pants for the RFD challenge. Must be 18 or over. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
All across America, this is the Lou Dobbs Business Report.
I'm Lou Dobbs. Stocks climbing and NVIDIA surpassing Apple in market cap. Mortgage demand slips. Interest rate cuts back on the table after the May ADP employment update. Private payrolls added 152,000 jobs last month, 23,000 below Wall Street's target. This helped boost stock prices yesterday. All three major indexes moving higher. The Dow up nearly 100 points on the day. The S&P up 60 points. The Nasdaq popped 330 points higher on the back of big chip gains. And NVIDIA surpassing Apple as the second wealthiest company in the U.S. NVIDIA shares jumped 5%, the company trading above $1,200 a share for the first time ever. This week's AI chip reveal has NVIDIA investors chomping at the bit. J.M. Smucker stock trading nearly 15% lower this year. Rising mortgage interest rates has demand pulling back. 2 weeks in a row, mortgage demand has faltered. Overall application volume has slipped more than 5% last week. As of this week, the average on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 7.6%. Please join me twice each weekday for the Lou Dobbs Business Report right here.
Business news you need to know. Keep listening for more. This is the Lou Dobbs Business Report.
Are you looking to buy used farm, construction, or fleet equipment? Are you frustrated with dealer pricing but struggling to find an auction marketplace you can rely on? Purple Wave Auction sells thousands of assets each month to a large national buying community who trusts our auctions to be free of reserves and minimum bids. We help streamline financing for bidders who need it, and Purple Wave Shipping can deliver equipment anywhere in the country. Browse our upcoming auctions and register for free to bid today at purplewave.com. Purple Wave Auction. Straight, simple, sold.
Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company, here to announce that our geraniums are ready. So now the great debate begins. Are they pink or are they raspberry sorbet? Are they orange or are they Caribbean coral? Well, whatever you call them, they're the prettiest geraniums anywhere. We raise them in our own greenhouse, then send them home with you to brighten up the world. So come get yours now while the selection is best. Don't worry about the silly names.
I heard that.
Yes, dear. Coming, dear. Right away, dear. Of course, you're right.
Can't hear as well as you used to? That can happen to the best of us. But when you can't hear people speaking or birds chirping, it's time to take action. That's when it's time to call Howard Allman with Here on Earth Hearing Care Center. Howard has been helping people hear better for over 55 years. Howard is who helps the Artesia seniors with servicing their hearing aids of all makes with free cleaning and hearing evaluations, and he's ready to help you. Howard can share with you information on Audibel Intrigue AI hearing aids with many features you might not expect a hearing aid can do, such as using your hearing aids to stream calls, music, and more. Plus, health monitoring, count steps, even fall detection, all built in. Meet face-to-face with someone who can help you choose the right hearing aid for you. Call Howard at 575-622-0375, and he'll be glad to set up a time to meet with you. That's 575-622-0375 for Howard Allman of Here on Earth Hearing Care Center.
On air and online, this is Roswell's home for talk radio. KEND Roswell.
This hour from townhall.com, I'm Jeremy House. World War II veterans joined heads of state and others for poignant ceremonies on the beaches of Normandy to mark the 80th anniversary of D-Day. President Biden says this is a day not only to remember those U.S. soldiers who participated in the invasion, but to those who supported them back home.
Millions back home did their part as well. From coast to coast, Americans found countless ways to pitch in. They understood our democracy is only as strong as all of us make it together.
In addition to Mr. Biden, French President Emmanuel Macron and other leaders paid their respects to the dead and living in moving tributes. Hunter Biden's criminal trial has resumed this morning. Jurors getting a look at the .38 caliber Colt revolver he bought back in October 2018. Federal prosecutors have argued the younger Biden was in the throes of a heavy crack addiction when he bought the gun. They've accused him of lying on the form. A new Georgia poll shows Donald Trump leading President Biden by 5 points.
49% of respondents to a Quinnipiac University poll say they would vote for former President Trump in a hypothetical head-to-head matchup, while 44% say they would vote for Biden. Independent voters are evenly split, 45% each for Biden and Trump. Trump gains an additional point over Biden in a hypothetical 6-candidate race. Bob Agnew reporting.
Boeing space capsule has sprung more helium leaks as it closes in on the International Space Station. Boeing and NASA continued to press ahead for a docking with the space station. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 26 points at 38,833. The Nasdaq, meanwhile, is off 21 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Prosperity and peace of mind.
There's been a train crash in the Czech Republic.
A passenger train has collided head-on with a freight train in the Czech Republic, killing at least 4 people and injuring over 20 others, according to officials. Emergency crews worked tirelessly overnight trying to access the derailed carriages. The crash took place over 60 miles east of Prague, according to the country's interior minister. The country's transport minister said the main track between Prague and the eastern part of the country had to be closed while authorities investigate the collision. Rescuers said more than 300 passengers were on board the high-speed train heading for the city of Kozice in eastern Slovakia. I'm Karen Shamas.
The season's first heat wave is already baking the southwestern U.S. with triple-digit temperatures as Phoenix firefighters employ new tactics in hopes of saving more lives. News and analysis at townhall.com. GOP Congressman Michael McCall of Texas is threatening to issue a subpoena to force former White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki to testify before Congress.
McCall chairs the House Foreign Affairs Committee. He sent a letter to Psaki's attorney dated Wednesday, noting she did not respond to earlier requests to testify before the committee, calling it, quote, an affront to this committee and the U.S. House of Representatives. In the letter, McCall drew references to a recent book called Say More that Psaki published about her time working for President Biden. He says, quote, Ms. Psaki is a private citizen who has published her insight into the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan for public consumption and personal profit. Ms. Psaki's duty to appear before Congress is manifest, and her former employee's desire to avoid congressional oversight is not relevant. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
The wife of New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez has been excused from appearing in court next week after her lawyer said she was experiencing intense and chronic pain after surgery to treat cancer. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday, everybody. Sean's taking his youngest out to camp convention. He'll be back in a few minutes here as the boy getting ready for, I guess, day 4, actually.
How's he enjoyed it? Have you heard?
From parts I heard he loved. So I don't know. I haven't heard anything in a day or two, but yeah, he loved. So far, so good.
Nice.
He's having a great time out there doing all the projects and all the fun stuff. So, but yeah, Sean will be back in a few minutes here. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope everyone's having a delightful day so far. Programming note, in case you don't know, we've been talking about it. I'll be on vacation next week, so Sean will be taking over the morning show for us next week here. And I'll be back. I'll actually be back on the air next Tuesday. Not this, whatever, the 16th or 17th, whatever that is. The Tuesday, not next week, but the week after. Whatever day that is.
We'll be on the road the 17th, heading back here. So would it be the 18th then?
Yeah, it would be.
We get off the ship the 16th, and we travel. We'll spend
Sunday,
the night.
so Monday. And
we'll
then
get into town the 17th later that day.
Monday. And then Tuesday I'll be back to work.
That'd be the 18th.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I go back. So
yeah,
that's the plan anyway here. So, but yeah, we'll head out Saturday. We're going to get on the road Saturday to head to Galveston, and then Sunday
fresh and early in the morning. Yeah.
And weather-wise, I think we're okay. I was looking yesterday, and it looks like it's going to be sunny most of our trip.
Yeah.
Like we're going to go the northern route through Waco and that area as opposed down by San Antonio and all that. That's what it looked like. I was looking, and if you go to the southern route down towards San Antonio that way, they might run into rain. But it looks like everything north, like if you go Waco, that area, it looks like, according to the maps and everything, I don't know, it said it looked good to go. So I'm just going by what they said. And according according to the National Weather Service, it's supposed to be like sunny and 88 when we leave Galveston.
Perfect.
On Sunday, so I think we'll be okay.
We'll spend the night in Temple, Texas, and then that Sunday morning we travel about 4 hours to Galveston and get on the ship.
Yeah, so that's the plan, and then whatever happens after that happens. So. But yeah, that's the plan. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll do that. So yeah, Sean will be taking over the show next week. Real quick, I mentioned this last hour, but I kind of want to keep reminding folks here because they're trying to collect stuff here for the Gonzalez Center. So the Gonzalez Hope Center, they're putting together summer blessing bags to help folks homeless and so forth. During the winter months, the Gonzalez Warming Center serves as a warming center. It serves as a place for to get off in the rain or cold and things like that on those nights that get really bad. Well, we don't have any of those coming up in the foreseeable future because it's June, and so now they're really shifting gears to help and provide folks with these bags that have some necessities, things to help them navigate the warmer months. So they're putting together these summer blessing bags, and they're looking for donations to put in the bags. And if you have the means to donate some of these items, it would be greatly appreciated. They're needing items, bottled water, like drinking for immediate consumption. They need plenty of that. So if you've got that, that's always useful. But if you have empty, like water bottles, but reusable water bottles, like your squeeze bottles or whatever, or drink bottles, so they can refill those and keep them in their bags. Also, they're looking for toiletry items like deodorant, toothbrushes, toothpaste, shavers, shampoos. They're also needing things like sunscreen, lip balm with SPF to protect from the sun, first aid kit items like Band-Aids and creams and things like that, feminine care products, mints, and non-perishable snacks like chips and pretzels and nuts and fruit snacks, things like that. Underwear, socks, cooling towels, body wipes, sunscreen, sunglasses, hats, all that kind of stuff is stuff they're looking for to put in the bags. So if you gather those items, and you can drop them off at the Gonzalez Hope Center, or if you're a Facebook user, if you like or go to or like and follow the Gonzalez Warming Center's Facebook page, the Many Hands of Roswell Facebook page there, and Foods Not Bombs Facebook page. They all have links to Amazon registry where you can buy some of this stuff and have it sent directly to the Gonzalez Center. But if you'd like, you can shop downtown here, grab some of that stuff, and drop it off there. That would be helpful. I think they're trying to get those bags together within the next week or two. So the Gonzalez Warming Center, hey, Jocelyn, what's the actual address? It's like 2 blocks over that way on by 3rd Street there. What's the actual physical address?
405 East 3rd.
405 East 3rd. I knew it was like a couple blocks that way, but I didn't know the number. So you can drop that stuff off over there.
Or give me a call.
Give Jocelyn a call, and that number is 575-208-9509. Again, 575-208-9509. Thank you, Jocelyn. So yeah, if you can help out there, and so they can collect, because you already, it's not even officially summer yet. It's 106, 107 today. I mean, come on now. Gross. This is just ridiculous. So, but if you can help out there, that'd be a good thing. Let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you up to date with the weather, which, spoiler alert, it sucks. But there's potential for rain Saturday and Sunday. So,
of course,
more Sunday than Saturday night, Sunday, and into Monday. We got good chances, but we'll see. But so we'll get you updated the weather. Then here in just a little bit, we'll have Crystal join us here from the Roswell Humane Society and talk a little bit about what pets are available for looking for homes right now, and talk about some thrift store deals and all that good stuff. So we'll talk pets here in just a bit. Later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety, along with your Wall Street business update and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. But first, let's go ahead and get it over with. Here, for your listening displeasure, is the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a heat advisory in effect for the next couple of days. Strong high pressure parked over our area. Sunshine today will be between 105 and 107 on the afternoon high. Overnight, partly cloudy, mid-70s, low 100s for the afternoon high on Friday, and we keep the sunshine. Looks like about the same for Saturday, and then Sunday we get some showers, mid-90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, 83 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 41%. Winds currently out of the south at 12 miles per hour. We do have a heat advisory that officially will take effect at 1 o'clock today. That remains in effect through 7 p.m. this evening. But for the day, sunny and hot. Highs expected to reach 107. South winds at around 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight, looking at an overnight low of 73 degrees with south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Friday, big old fat teas, isolated sprinkles for the afternoon, mostly sunny. That's an official term used by the National Weather Service, isolated sprinkles. Ask for it by name. Mostly sunny, 103 tomorrow, winds out of the south 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy Friday night, looking at an overnight low of 74 degrees with south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly sunny and 104, south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday night, we are looking at a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms before midnight, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 74. Sunday, we're looking at a 40% chance for afternoon showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy and 94 for a high. 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms Sunday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 69 degrees. Monday, I would love it, but I'm not here. A 50% chance at afternoon showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy and 86. I said it, 86 on Monday. But enjoy it. It's short-lived. Monday night. Yeah, not even. But a 20% chance of showers Monday night. And then Tuesday, you're back in the mid-90s, back near 100 by Wednesday of next week. So enjoy Monday. That Monday is like a sweet spot of a little oasis in the heat desert there. So enjoy. All right, it is 9:16. We're going to take a quick, about 3-minute break here, and then we will talk dogs and cats with the Humane Society on the other side. Don't go away.
Attention Roswell and surrounding areas. Is your old car, truck, or SUV on life support?
Clear.
With new management and a whole new attitude, Roswell Ford makes trading up to a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle fast, fun, and easy. Upside down in your loan or stuck in your lease? Roswell Ford wants to get you released even if you owe thousands more than your trade is worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. Right now, get huge savings with rates as low as 0% for 66 months and no payments until Labor Day. Plus, we have a great selection of low-mileage, one-owner pre-owned vehicles, all in prime condition, starting at just $10,000. Don't settle for a low-quality, overpriced clunker. Buy a quality pre-owned vehicle from Roswell Ford for a lot less. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. We've partnered with the most aggressive lenders that will push to approve you today, even with bad or no credit. Lower prices, exceptional trade-in values, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell, or online at roswellford.com. $15.15 per thousand financed on select new Ford models with approved credit.
A good night's sleep is so important, and issues like sleep apnea make falling asleep and staying asleep nearly impossible, but we can help. I'm Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental. With the help of a simple oral appliance, your sleepless nights could be a thing of the past. But don't take my word for it. Just ask Lainey.
My name is Lainey Smith. I wasn't surprised when I found out I had sleep apnea simply because I had a horrible sleep pattern. I attempted to use the machine and it drove me nuts and I could not sleep with it. And then that's when Dr. Ager told me about the oral appliance. I would suspect I've been using it for 2 years now. In all of that time, I've had less than 10 poor nights of sleep. It's a complete game changer. I feel a lot better because I sleep.
This simple appliance can change your life. Call us today to set up your appointment so you can finally get the good night's sleep you need.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455.
The beginning of Luke 15 reads like this. Now the tax collectors and sinners were all gathered around to hear Jesus, but the Pharisees and teachers of the law muttered, "This man welcomes sinners and eats with them." Then Jesus told them this parable. Suppose one of you has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Does he leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? That story seems ridiculous when you read it first. If the 99 are safe, why leave them and go traipsing after one? We should protect the majority. Keep them all safe. What's one loss to save the 99? What's amazing is that God's logic is very different than humans. Jesus leaving the 99 to find the one seems illogical, irrational, and senseless, until that one is you. The story ends with this statement from Jesus. I tell you that in the same way there will be more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner who repents than over the 99 righteous who did not need to. Are you the one that's wandered away? Come home, my friend. Jesus is searching for you.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Peter Pan tried it with his buddy Skippy, but they couldn't do it in a jiff. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Roswell Humane Society, Crystal Noble back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's life at the shelter this morning?
Busy.
Busy. Busy good or busy?
Busy good.
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 Maybe
So
people looking to make additions to the family this summer? Is it a good time to come by?
yes, but not in Roswell, New Mexico.
Ah.
So I have arranged for some of our animals to be flown to Casper, Wyoming's Humane Society.
Oh, they need a need of animals right now?
Small dogs.
Oh, okay.
And some big dogs. So we are having the vet come to do rabies and health certificates and get them ready. So tomorrow I can make the long journey to Abilene.
Are you driving to Casper, Wyoming?
No.
Just to Abilene?
Just to Abilene.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So they're kind of doing a chain where someone will meet you in Abilene and take them.
They're flying.
Oh, okay.
Driving them through the airport.
Oh, they have like the volunteer.
Dog is my co-pilot.
Okay.
Where all they do is they transport dogs across the United
this is
States.
volunteers that are pilots and stuff that they volunteer and donate their time and resources to fly some of these animals to other parts of the country to find homes. Yeah, it's a great organization.
It really is. And so we finally have made a connection with them. So we're getting some of our doggies to go to a cooler place.
Nice. Good
They're escaping the heat.
Yeah. And of course they're staying in the open country and not exactly Wyoming's not. You know what I mean? It's pretty open and desolate like parts of New Mexico is. So,
well, hopefully it'll be cooler there.
It should be. Yeah. So if we got any they happen to show up here every once in a while, but I don't know why. But if you got any Siberian Huskies in the mix, let's send them up north.
Well, and what's really weird is I was talking to the gentleman, and he said that, because I told him, I was like, do you guys do well with Huskies? And he's like, no. He goes, that is like the one breed we have the hardest time placing.
Really?
I was like, and you have the weather for it? And he goes, we do.
Yeah, compared to us, for sure.
No. He said that, the climate is better for them, but they're just not popular up there.
Yeah. Well, they're working animals. You gotta dedicate, like they gotta run, they gotta have room, they're bred to well, you see the Iditarod races and all. That's what these animals are bred to do is be transport and be to survive that tundra-like atmosphere up there. So they're not built to be lounging around in hot weather. That's just not what they do.
My husband says he's going to Wyoming too. So yes, he is going with me to drive them.
Oh, okay.
But we're not going to Wyoming.
Oh, you might get on the plane.
Right. He might be like, zip tie me in one of those dog crates.
Yeah, just put me in that crate there next to. It's cooler. Tell you what.
He's all, I'll fit. It's a 5-hour flight.
I'll fit in with the Husky.
Right? I'll just blend in. I can bark.
Yeah, you just get in under the fur. You never know.
All he's got to do is just brush a Husky for a couple of minutes and then just lay the hair on him.
Yeah, part a little nook to climb into, and then you're good to go. But that is great that many animals are going to be getting homes up north here. So that's a good thing. 3
out of the ones that are scheduled to go already have potential adopters waiting for them.
And I imagine a few of these furry friends have been there 6+ months or more.
Yes.
Some, you've even had a few that been there a year or
I
more.
still have Sapphire, who's been there over a year.
And that's too long for any animal to be at the
It really is. And the rescue group in Casper, Wyoming is their humane society. And so they are working to help me find another resource for larger breed dogs that have been in the shelter for a long time and need, a little bit more help in getting placements. So they're also working on helping us get that kind of connection.
Yeah, most people, like when families go to adopt pets and things, they generally want puppies or kittens or, something. And it makes sense, obviously. You want something young so you have it for the next 15, 18, depending on the life of the dog's years. And so the dogs that are 7, 8 years old that are great dogs, they're just not young, They have trouble getting adopted because people, and I get it. You're like, I only got this animal for maybe 5, 6, 8 years. I mean, what, I'm going to get invested and then love, and then I'm going to lose it. And I get you. It's some of the hardest things I've ever done in my life are dealing with putting down or dealing with the end of life with animals. And it sucks. But think of it in those terms. This dog, if you can provide 5 to 8, 10 years of awesome life, how cool is that? As opposed to that dog who, and usually in cases like this, it's something like the owner dies and the rest of the family can't take over the animal anymore. It's something like especially dogs that have been are older like that. It's usually a scenario where the family, for whatever reason, can't take care of the pet anymore. So it's kind of used to having a home life and things, and now it gets put in shelter life, and no one wants to adopt it because it's an 8-year-old puppy or dog. And
they're all puppies.
Yeah, they're all puppies.
They're all puppies.
And so, but that dog is an amazing companion, and somebody that is willing to give it, if it's got 5 years, 10 years, whatever it's got left, to give it that quality of life that it had before. That enriches your life, even if you don't get it for a full 15 or 20 years. You know what I mean?
It does, and a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, well, you can't teach an old dog new tricks." Yes, you can. Sure. Look at my husband.
Yeah. They
Love
learn
you.
your routine. Okay, if you're trying to teach them to fetch and roll over, and
you can still teach an old dog new tricks. It doesn't matter. You just have to learn their ways and then learn how to communicate to them.
And they will learn your ways too.
Right.
Especially bigger dogs that are kind of companion type dogs. They're going to find your routine and adjust. They will do that. They will. If you get up at 2 a.m. to do, guess what? They're going to be there at 2 a.m. with you to do that. That's whatever your routine is, the animal will find its way to kind of sink in with your schedule a little bit. That's what they do. Especially, and the beauty of it too is, you get a 6, 7-year-old dog, they don't have to worry about the potty training issues. They're generally calmer. They're kind of out of that puppy
chewing,
full of
gnawing,
energy and chewing on everything,
destroying stage.
So that's why we always say kind of, when we do find pets that are, middle-aged or something like that, that's where we say maybe a single person or a person that's older but still capable of taking care of themselves might be a good companion for them. Someone who's not full of energy and going to make them run, but might force them to get physical. It's like, I got to take the dog out for a walk. Now it's going to kind of force your senior to go walking for a little bit.
We had an older lady not so long ago, and she wasn't meaning older, but she wasn't young.
Sure.
And so she came in and she told me, she goes, "I've been without a dog for 3 months." She goes, "I've never been without a dog my entire life." She said, "And I've gained 15 pounds since I have not had a dog
because
in my life."
Because she hasn't walked or done things that the dog kept her
She goes,
vibrant.
"I did not realize how much up and down and movement I did when I had a dog." She goes, "I need a dog because I need to lose 15 pounds."
But yeah, you
she
don't
goes,
realize.
"Then keep it off."
And so it might be a good thing for certain family members to do. So please, like right now, fortunately we could find some homes for some of these. But you know what?
I still have more.
We
Trust
have
me,
more.
I do have other dogs.
And you know what? That's she's unloading these cages. But give it a week or two, they'll all be right back.
I have 36 dogs waiting to come into the shelter as we speak.
Yeah.
So once I have these dogs out and then the dogs in quarantine can move out into general population, I will be bringing in more so they can go through their quarantine process and then start.
This is what we
over
talk
again.
about when we say this town has a pet overpopulation.
And this is why we are, reaching out to other states and rescue organizations for help, is
we
because
are an exporter of pets.
Pretty much we are.
Yeah.
We are like the entire United States.
And to be
supply.
honest, we've gotten to a point where some of the closer resources we've saturated already.
We
know
have.
what I mean? And now we're going to places like Wyoming because, Albuquerque and everyone, no, we're good. We got enough pets now. Cruces, these bigger places that are a little closer, we've already saturated their markets.
And Lubbock, they're just as full as, other places, and they're a larger place as well. So when little old Roswell can populate multiple states, we have a problem. And the problem lies within the community. We need to fix it. We need to fix the overbreeding, spay and neuter our pets, and be responsible, because it's not these animals' fault that, they're being brought into the world. We are the ones who make the decision in how to fix it and stop the problem.
Well, and this is something that you and I, and, when we talk, that's why we talk about being a pet owner is a full-time responsibility. It's really no different than raising a child. Maybe the end games and end results are a little bit different, but how you treat it, how you pay for it, how you provide for it is all the same.
It really is. So, you have dog obedience classes, so therefore you have doggy college.
Yeah.
You still have things that you have to do for your animals to take care of them properly.
It's a life, like anything else. You have to take care of it.
And as they get older, their needs are going to change. Just like, kids, when they're toddlers, they're in diapers, Pampers, pull-ups. When they're preteens, females have feminine issues that they're learning. Boys have hormonal issues that they're learning. Then they go to college. Dogs go through those stages too.
Absolutely. There's a lot of common ground, actually, and how and even the stages of life and how they feel and what they're into. It's just like humans. Younger they're wanting to do, but as they get older, they're kind of content with hanging out, chilling with you, and things like that. But if you're not willing to treat this like a full-time responsibility, then you do not need to be a pet owner. And that's what we're running into is people for a half a minute on a whim think it's a good idea to get a dog or a cat for their kids. And then it turns out that the dog or the kids don't want the cat. No one's taking responsibility for it. And next thing you know, they let it out, or the move where we're going to have a breed a litter of them before we have the dog fixed or any. All this stuff is just bad ideas, bad decisions.
And it really is. And a lot of things that people don't realize, we as adults and parents, we might not have allergies or issues to animals, but you don't know what your children have. And so when you go and you want to get your 6-month-old a puppy or a kitten, they could be allergic to that animal.
Sure.
And 9 out of 10 times, that's the number one reason we have animals released to us is, we got our baby a kitten or a puppy, and they're allergic.
Yeah.
So maybe do some research,
Find out they can be around pets before you get a pet.
Get your kids around pets. Get them involved with pets that aren't living inside your household. And see how they react.
And quite frankly, I do tend to plan a little bit in my head. If you're living in a household with a baby or a 6-month-old child,
you don't need a puppy or a kitten.
Maybe that's not the best time to be introducing a brand new puppy or kitten to the household, because quite frankly, they devote a lot of time and attention. Don't eat this, keep them here. This is something you've got to do to train that pet. And if you're already kind of doing that with a baby right now, maybe you ought to wait till the kid's a little bit more independent before you bring a puppy or a kitten into that mix there. Just for your own sanity.
Right. And, like having animals with kids is, a wonderful thing for the kids to grow up and be involved with the animals and to have that animal experience through their entire life. But don't start a puppy when you have an infant, or don't start a kitten when you have an infant. If you don't have an animal in the house, wait until that baby is not demanding all of your attention, because babies do demand a lot of attention.
Sure.
And puppies and kittens need that same amount of attention.
Absolutely.
And if you already have a baby, you can't split and give it equal. It's not going to work. You're going to choose your child over that animal, and fairly, that's what should happen.
And to be honest, you, believe it or not, you're creating jealousy and animosity, and you're setting the table for some of that with your pet,
right?
Because pets they're let's face it,
needy.
Their brain is that of a toddler when it comes to mental capacity and emotions and things like that. So they don't understand that the baby is not independent necessarily, and so that's obviously you see stories of dogs that getting that all the time, but those guys, again, these are mature dogs that are probably 6, 7, 8 years old. They're not puppies.
Right.
You know, they sense the room. You know that you always see like labs and those types of dogs. You know, tend to gravitate and do well around little children, but it's generally when they're older and a little wiser, not when they're young and rambunctious. Then they kind of they clumsily do things, not with the intent to hurt, but just because they're
a ball of energy.
They're a ball of energy and aren't really control of all their faculties all the time.
Has anybody?
Why do you think the whole back end goes crazy when they?
The Men in Black movie where Will Smith touches the ball? That's all.
Yeah.
That is a lab puppy or a young lab or a high energy breed. That is them.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have that specialty mitt to catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once but the beauty is later when they get older and next thing you know, they're the best. They're the dogs that they start to almost sense what's going on and can understand around. And you know, this is why you see these types of dogs as service dogs and dogs for like when people with diabetic episodes, they have the dog there can sense and get their medicine and all that, because labs are very good at that kind of thing when they get older. But when they're younger, they're puppies.
Yeah, they
kids.
also go through like 3 years of training to do this.
But I think they're just something in their DNA is naturally more intuitive to pick up on stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, my point is, get something that matches your family lifestyle and family. Like if you've got kids and you want, like you were talking about the reasons and allergies and people also like to get pets to be a teaching tool for responsibility for kids, which is all well and good if you, the parent, understand that your kid will do this wrong. And when your kid does it wrong, it's your job to make sure that the pet gets fed, walked, cleaned up after and everything, because your kid will inherit their kids. Kids, they forget. They get sidetracked. They get
distracted.
Yeah, they get distracted. That's what
it's not new anymore. They don't want it.
Yeah, and so that's the part you do need to remember is when your kid decides it doesn't want to take the dog out every day, you don't just give it back to the shelters. Like, no, the onus is on you to make. This is why we have all these pets in these shelters and everyone else, because people buy a pet and think it's a toy. And you can't, if you're not willing to treat it like a life, then don't get one. Go buy a stuffed animal. Go buy one of these robot ones that'll talk and clap and do all kind of, everything you want to do, and then you put it on the shelf when you're done, and it doesn't need a problem. But if you're going to do this with a real animal, then guess what? When you're done playing with it, it's got a life you got to take care of.
Right, pretty much. That's
and you got to treat it that way. And trust me, everything else will be better if you treat your pet as part of the family. If you incorporate it in your activities, when you're at home watching TV, you're cuddling on the couch with your pets, you're taking them out, you take them out to the park to play Frisbee or chase the ball around, all those interactions with your pet will make that relationship better. That's how you build the relationship. And then when the dog is 5, 6, 7 years old, and you see those videos of people joined at their hips and they ride bikes and the cat or the dog jumps up on their lap and rides with them, puts a little helmet on. That's because they hang out with those pets 24/7 and they're partners in crime on many things. Yes. And the pets pick up on that kind of stuff. And pets will do that if you incorporate them in your life like that. That's just what they do. So.
It is funny because our boxer Toby, like he'll get on anything. You open a door, he's in it. He's like, that's mine. Titus, same way.
Yeah.
But they both want their window. And it's funny because Toby's sitting down and he's got his head out the window, and Titus is sitting down and he's got his head out over Toby.
Nice.
So there's like that much of a gap.
It's like that cartoon thing when everyone looks around the door and there's like 6 of you and there's like 6 heads popping up the door.
Yes. They each can have their own window, but they choose to go out the same window.
They want that one.
Yeah.
Well, and that's animals. They can have their own, but if the other, it's grass is always greener mindset. Theirs look better than mine. I want theirs. That's all. Cats do it. Dogs do it. It's just a sibling thing. It's like theirs is better than mine. I want it. And then no, wait a minute. Never mind. I want mine back.
Yeah. Oh, wait, you can't have mine too. Yeah. I want yours and mine.
Yeah, that's just dogs and cats.
Yes. Thrift store.
Yes.
So speaking of heat, hot summer stuff, people need to start wearing, protection for the sun.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of baseball caps and a lot of sun hats.
Okay.
A lot of the things that were listed for the Gomez.
Yes.
So if anybody, doesn't have the money to order from Amazon, they could go to the thrift store.
Pick it up at the thrift store and donate there. That'd be a great idea. And you're helping two organizations because all the money you're donating to the Humane Society is going to go take care of these pets, and then the hats and things that you're buying are going to help those in need over at the Gonzalez Center. What a great idea.
They have a ton of bathing suits, men's, women's, and kids.
There you go.
Jesus.
Gotta put them commas in.
I need more coffee. If people are starting to plan for camping, for vacation for the summer, they have a lot of cookware for camping.
Great. And that stuff's crazy expensive new.
It is.
Especially if you're going to go camping once this summer and then put it in the shed for 10 years. Go buy it at the thrift store and then donate it back later.
Yeah. Kids getting ready to go off to college. Parents, if you have a dorm and your kids need a small table, they have a small kitchen table with 4 chairs.
So it'd be perfect for a dorm or something.
Yeah, it's very small or
an
efficiency.
Yeah.
They have it for $100. Summer dresses, if you like to wear dresses, they have a lot of really nice summer dresses, new with tags on them.
Oh, I do. I love
we have your size.
I'm getting smaller. I need smaller dresses.
Shoes for all ages and sizes.
Excellent.
Kids, from sandals to dress shoes to tear-up shoes.
Especially dress shoes. I mean, if you're not one that dresses up a lot, but occasionally you need to go, you got to have your church clothes or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go to the thrift store, because if you buy dress shoes brand new, they're always over $100 and you wear them 3 times. So go to the thrift store, pay a third
Let
of that.
somebody pre-break them in for you.
And then that way they'll sit in your closet for the 2 times a year you need to wear them. You know what I mean? You didn't pay $200 for them.
Right. Saturday, June 15th, all men's clothes and shoes will be half off in honor for Father's Day.
Nice.
So that'll be next Saturday.
Okay, so 1 week from tomorrow. Or,
yeah,
day after tomorrow. I was thinking it's today's third. I'm in vacation mode.
I know. Yeah. I'm counting down.
Yeah.
And so if you want to get your father something for Father's Day and he's somebody who's already got everything of everything and you think he can use some new shoes or some new clothing, go get him some. It's going to be half off.
And dads, a lot of dads are
They like to wear things until they're holy and they fall off.
Yeah.
And then you have to force them to be thrown away.
I got a little of that in my brain. I've got shoes that they should not be around anymore that I just...
My husband has 3 pair.
3? That's not so bad.
I've thrown the others.
I got a rack full.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Well, a couple pairs I'm never get. It's like some are my combat boots. And they still can wear them. I will never, ever, ever get
He still has his combat boots.
Yeah, those, you'll probably have to bury me in those because I'm never getting rid of those.
But he's got Vans from when he was in high school.
I might actually myself. I don't know about from high school.
He has... I have a photo of him in the Vans from high school.
Yeah. I know I got socks and shirts and maybe a pair of shoes from Air Force days. I was in the Air Force in the 90s. Just to warn people. It's 2024. I know I got stuff in the closet from my Air Force days in there that are a part of the rotation. I know I did. That aren't like uniforms, just shirts and pants that I had at the time, or sneakers.
That's funny. That's funny. But
I know I do.
If you have a father like Mike, go get him new clothes. And then so for the book room, nonfiction, hardback, and paperback books are going to be on sale for $1 a piece.
Wow, good deal. So get your summer reading. If you're going on vacation, it's always good to have a book or two for your beach time or relaxed time or travel time. And why pay brand new prices for those? Go to the thrift store. Then you can read them and donate them back, and someone else can buy them and give. And that's take care of them. Obviously, don't treat them.
Don't dunk them in the ocean water and then expect them to be sellable.
Fold every page.
But there's a ton of stuff at the thrift store. We could go on for hours and hours about the stuff that's there.
And if you'd like to donate, please, we ask that you call ahead to make arrangements, and mostly because people tend to leave stuff out in the front door, and unfortunately, it's a 50-50 chance that you guys will actually get it in the way you intended it to getting it. Because generally, especially if it's outside of business hours, people basically
sit at the park and watch
stake it out and wait for people to do that stuff.
We do have signs out there now that say, no dumping. So if it is trash and it is not sellable items, we do have surveillance cameras. And if it is stuff that was dumped that is trash, we will get license plate numbers and we will make reports with the police.
Yeah. It's just
because
it
it's costing us money
You're actually
to hauling
costing
it
the
off.
Humane Society more money than and some folks, it's you're just trying to be good and make donations and things. And unfortunately, too, it'd be one thing if they just stole it, they ransack it and throw it all over the place, and so they'll take the two things they wanted and leave the rest just strewn all over the place. And by the way, that's lucky if they do, because sometimes they'll break the cameras or try to break things that they think are going to get them incriminated. So, and guess what? They have to repair to replace or fix every single time that happens. And unfortunately, that happens almost on a weekly basis at this point. It's not even a, once every great while thing. It's almost every day, every week.
We can, as soon as we leave, we can look at our surveillance cameras from our phones, and not even 10 minutes after we're gone, somebody's there rummaging, trying to see if there's anything that they can take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but so for that reason, we ask, call, and be honest, if it's big stuff, if they can handle it, they'll come and get it. Furniture, they'll make arrangements to get picked up from you and all that. But please work with the Humane Society staff on those donations and things. That way, we can maximize your good intentions the best.
So the thrift store is open Wednesday through Saturday, but there is thrift store staff there on Tuesday sorting and cleaning, restocking. So if you need to make a donation on Tuesdays, they are there as well.
That might be a good day to talk to them, because they're not necessarily running the store. They're just getting it ready for Wednesday.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So if you need to make donations or you want to schedule a pickup, they can do them Tuesday through Saturday, weather permitting, obviously.
Sure.
And just call ahead and make arrangements, because it is detrimental to the shelter for everything that comes out that we have to spend extra. It takes away from us caring for the animals and the things
for
we need.
Every hour, or every minute you spend having to fix cameras and clean up messes, that's one less minute of taking care of the animals' needs. And because the workers and volunteers that come to the Humane Society don't just go there and stand around and stare at the walls for 8 hours and come home.
No.
Those animals need constant care and need. Whether it's cleaning cages or feeding and cleaning out the litter boxes and all that, or being a human being with these animals and giving them love and treating them like the pets, the adorable pets that they are. And, in their worst environment that many of them have probably been in for this in their lives, And so that's what they're doing and at the end of the day, that's what they're there for. They're there to get these animals ready to find their forever home. And so they need those humans in there loving on them and taking care of their needs and feeding them and cleaning them. And when you take it away, so they got to clean up the parking lot because it's strewn with old clothes and trash, then they can't be in there taking care of what these animals need to get done. So that's, you really are. And by the way, you're costing money, because every time they got to take trash out to the landfill, it costs them money. So when you dump off your stuff and they got to take it out, they got to pay for that stuff. So it's that's why they're a little bit stringent on, donate. We love the donations, and thank you to people that make these donations, because it keeps the doors open. It really does. But if you don't mind, work with the staff a little bit. Let them, give them a little leeway. Can you hold on to it for a week before we come get it? Things like that, just so we can ensure that, your donation.
If you're planning on a yard sale and you want to donate leftover items, call in advance. Yeah. Don't call the day of the yard sale, because unfortunately they might already have pickups already scheduled for that day.
And it's Saturday.
And
there's
not
a lot
be
going
able
on
to
Saturday. Generally,
integrate.
Yard sales are on Saturday, so yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, and there's a lot going on there, and they just may not have time to do that. So yeah, pre-planning and say, hey, I'm having a yard sale this weekend. Maybe next Monday or Tuesday, I might have some stuff to give you. Can we make arrangements to do that? I don't know yet. Depends on how much they'll be happy to work with you.
Yeah, just call, schedule ahead of time. Scheduling is the best thing. It makes it easier on both parties.
Absolutely.
To be able to get it done quickly, smoothly.
And that way you get, but that you truly are making a difference here, because thank you so much for considering the Humane Society first. I mean, the fact that you took time to say, you know what, I've got some couches or I've got some clothing or whatever. I think the Humane Society, thank you for considering, because that's how this thing keeps going. But all we're asking is be a little patient, give us a little bit of working knowledge here, and help us so that we can maximize your donation and maximize the benefit for these animals in the shelter.
Yes.
So that's all. At the end of the day, it's all for that, to make sure whatever's the best scenario for those cats and dogs in that shelter, that's the direction they're going to go in. So, because that's what we're here for. You know, if they're not here, there's no Humane Society.
Pretty much, yeah. No animals, no shelter.
Exactly. So, but that being said, if you're looking for shopping opportunities, please come down.
Yes.
Like I said, we got great deals on great stuff that would be great for dorms and apartments and things like that. And check back every week. Wednesday's new stuff day. You know, they're closed on Tuesdays and Mondays for restocking, resupplying, and all that. But Wednesday at 10 a.m. is we always call it the 10 o'clock club. It's the folks that they're there at 9:59 every Wednesday, waiting for doors to open so they can see the new items on the shelf here. You don't have to be that vigilant. You can if you want to, but by all means, come back weekly and check out, because every week is a different experience in there.
I walk over there sometimes 2-3 times in a day, you know, going over to talk to Camille or going over to get bedding for the animals or something. And I still don't see everything all at once. Terry will be like, hey, did you see this? And I'm like, no, I just walked right by that. I didn't see it.
And they know Crystal's a mark, so they're going to point it out to her. She's like, hey, Crystal, come check this out.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a mark.
I am.
She's one of their best customers.
I am. I bought a new purse yesterday.
Right? I mean, hey, and by the way, I'm just saying, if you want to volunteer, there is perks to that. If you kind of have that thing and you volunteer, maybe you get first dibs on some person. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It could, you know, one fall in your lap kind of, you know, I'm just saying there's perks for helping out. Like a free stuff, but, you know, first cracks at things to buy.
Like, hey, I would like to buy that. Can I set that aside?
Yeah, exactly. You know, something you know will be very popular when it hits the shelves. You know, there's perks to being a volunteer and helping.
There are.
Sometimes you get first crack at the first selection of some of the new stuff here. So.
There are.
But anyway, please, that's all great too. And another way you can help out and support is become a member.
Yes.
Anything in your pets, your kids, grandma, grandpa, the whole family can all become members of the Humane Society, and your membership fees, again, go right back to paying for vet bills and litter and food and all the things that these animals need to thrive and keep alive and loving until they find their permanent homes here. So come shop, come be a member. If you go to roswellhumane.org, that is the official website of the Roswell Humane Society. At the website, you can see every single pet that is currently home at the Humane Society. If you do see not available next to the photo there, that pet is in quarantine. It is still looking for a home, but it's either new to the shelter and is waiting for vaccinations, or it's in quarantine while they make sure it doesn't have any communicable diseases that might affect the rest of the population, or maybe it's too small weight-wise, it's too young, not heavy enough to be adopted yet, so they're nursing and getting the pet ready until it grows big enough to be a part of your family. So if you see not available, but you're like, ooh, I love that, please check back.
Send a message. There's, contact us right on the website.
Absolutely. But if the pet is adopted, it's just removed from the website.
Yes.
So if you don't see the pet there anymore, it found a home. That's the idea is all those pictures go disappear. So if you see pets and you do see they're not available, just call the Humane Society. Say, hey, what's going on with Scruffy here? I really love that. How long is Scruffy going to be in?
That's your go-to name, isn't it? Scruffy. Everybody's Scruffy.
Every Scruffy or Fido or whatever. But you know what I mean? And so you can do all that. And to be honest, and we've said it before, this is an indicator to the staff that said, oh, this is probably like if you're calling every day, checking in on this animal, odds are pretty good you're loving and this animal's going to go to a place that it will be well taken care of. And so those are great indicators. Now, and I always say, remember, there are different requirements to adopt from the Humane Society versus animal control. Humane Society will inspect your yards. If you do have a dog, they have to have a fenced-in yard with a place for water, shelter, the whole nine. Indoor access preferably, but making sure that cats have to be indoor cats. They cannot be alley cats or barn cats or any of that. Every single pet that is adopted out of the Humane Society or animal control will be microchipped before and sent to the vet of your choosing for spaying or neutering if the pet is not already spayed or neutered. But it'll go to a vet anyway to get microchipped.
And rabies.
Regardless whether you live in the city or the county or whatever, if you adopt a pet from within city limits, we have to abide by the ordinances that are the city of Roswell. And that ordinance states that every pet will be microchipped in the city. So regardless of where you live, if you adopt from the Humane Society or Animal Control, that pet will be chipped. So it's the law. Good deal.
It is.
Is there anything we forgot?
No.
So come to the thrift store, come this weekend, come shop, come support, come see the animals.
So the shelter will be closed this Saturday.
Okay.
Because I will be
You'll be transporting to Abilene.
Yeah. So the shelter will be closed this Saturday, but the thrift store will be open.
Excellent. So come shop and come shop online for pets. And then if you find one that just warms the cockles of your heart, then you can come get them next week.
Yep. Come see us.
Come and trust me. Keep involved. And don't forget, too, I know we're on warmer months, so you really can't walk dogs, but if you've got time and want to volunteer and spend time with the dogs and cats inside in the...
We're always looking for that.
Always, the more interaction with these pets that humans have, the more adoptable they become, the more friendly they become, the more... So if you'd like to do that, call the Humane Society. We'll make arrangements for that. Or even if you want to walk some dogs, maybe we can do it at dark 30 or late in the day when the pavement's cooled down a little bit, or maybe Monday, that one day it's 86 and rainy. We can walk all the dogs. Very good. Thank you, Crystal, as always. And we'll see you here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, have luck. Have fun on your vacation.
Thank you. That's the plan. We hope to. So thank you. All right, it is 9:55. News and a quick break before we get kicked off La Radio. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The city of Roswell is issuing a statement regarding the dangers of leaving children alone in hot cars. With temperatures reaching triple digits again, it is critically important for everyone to be well aware of the dangers. The Roswell Police Department and Fire Department are reminding everyone all it takes is a brief distraction or trying to hurry through a busy day, or dealing with stress or other emotions that could cause a parent or other caretaker to exit a vehicle without thinking about a child who was along on the trip. And the city of Roswell is again offering a free agility, strength, and cardio police and fire fit test. Test your skills on Saturday, June 29th from 8 to 11 a.m. Compete and hang out with RFD and RPD and learn more about a future as a first responder. Bring your family and friends to cheer you on as well. Closed-toe shoes only. You do need to wear long pants for the RFD challenge. Must be 18 or over. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a heat advisory in effect for the next couple of days. Strong high pressure parked over our area. Sunshine today will be between 105 and 107 on the afternoon high. Overnight, partly cloudy, mid-70s, low 100s for the afternoon high on Friday, and we keep the sunshine. Looks like about the same for Saturday, and then Sunday we get some showers, mid-90s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Jeremy House. The number of Americans applying for jobless claims rose last week. The Labor Department says unemployment benefit applications for the week ending June 1st rose by 8,000 to 229,000, up from 221,000 the week before. The European Central Bank cut its key interest rate Thursday by a quarter point, moving ahead of the U.S. Federal Reserve as credit banks around the world lean toward lowering borrowing costs. NVIDIA stock price has more than doubled this year after more than tripling in 2023. It's now the third most valuable company in the S&P 500. The stock rose again to surpass $3 trillion in market value. Robinhood Markets is buying cryptocurrency exchange Bitstamp for about $200 million as the company looks to speed up its cryptocurrency expansion globally. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Jeremy House.
Artesia General Hospital recently welcomed urogynecologist Scott Beard to the team. Dr. Beard is board certified in obstetrics and gynecology, as well as female pelvic medicine and reconstructive surgery. With nearly 25 years of experience in women's health, he treats conditions such as incontinence, chronic pelvic pain, prolapse, endometriosis, and others, offering surgical and non-surgical care options. Dr. Beard joins our women's services team currently working out of Memorial Family Practice in Artesia and is accepting new patients. Learn more and schedule your visit at artesiageneral.com/UROGYN or call 575-736-8394.
Hi everyone, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. When was the last time you looked forward to sleep? Let's be honest here, you know a restful night's sleep has more health benefits than you consciously think about during the day. Here at Glenn's, we carry Serta mattresses, and they've been in the business for more than 90 years. Choosing one can be hard, but I want you to know we have your back. Come see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda in Roswell, where delivery is free since 1953.
Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company, here to announce that our geraniums are ready. So now the great debate begins. Are they pink or are they raspberry sorbet? Are they orange or are they Caribbean coral? Well, whatever you call them, they're the prettiest geraniums anywhere. We raise them in our own greenhouse, then send them home with you to brighten up the world. So come get yours now while the selection is best. Don't worry about the silly names.
I heard that.
Yes, dear. Coming, dear. Right away, dear. Of course, you're right.
If you suffer from pogonophobia, you would not want to attend a party with the following people: Kenny Rogers, Santa Claus, Willie Nelson, the cast of Duck Dynasty, and 2/3 of ZZ Top. Here's Mike Winters.